Welcome to this exclusive presentation of live high school basketball coverage. I'm the one to count on for today's local sports, KNIA KRLS. Streaming at KNIAKRLS.com and on the free KNIA KRLS app.
4 seconds to go. Tauke to beat the buzzer. Boom! Kylie Tauke!
Back to Pacine Hook, corner three, Tori Lindsay, and Lindsay nothing but net as PCM takes a 32-14 lead.
Willis gets it out to Carson Unimark. A wide open three. Splashdown! Carson Unimark, and that'll end the first half of play.
We'll get you ready for all of tonight's action with our keys to the game, starting lineups, colors of the game, and more.
Bourne heat check, step back, nothing but net. 6 3-pointers for Reddick Bourne, 35 points.
Terps are using her quickness to get up the court.
And can she lay it off the glass and in? Yes!
That's her play right there.
Back out to Heimbach, 3 seconds, Heimbach floater for the win. Knocks it down, he gets it, and that does it. Dakota Heimbach hits the winner, and the Indians win 46-45.
Now let's head to the gym for all the exciting action of South Central Iowa high school basketball on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA KRLS.
And a pleasant good evening, everybody, from Norwalk. Mike Effner along with Chris Larson tonight. You're listening to high school basketball on KNIAKRLS.com, KNIA3 The Stream. And tonight the Norwalk Warriors host the Oskaloosa Indians in the finale of Little Hawkeye Conference play. It just seems like yesterday we were at Oski. Now here we are at the end of the Little Hawkeye schedule.
Yeah, it's always kind of interesting. You know, you kind of get in those dog days of January, and then it feels like you just snap your fingers, and all of a sudden you're in the second week of February, and it's tournament time and the end of the conference season.
Yeah, these teams will be opening up for a regional play on Wednesday night, so this will wrap it up for the regular season. Norwalk coming off a win the other night against Newton, an impressive 24-point win. They improved to 5-15 overall, 3-10 in the Little Hawkeye. Oskaloosa is 9-11, 5-8 in the Little Hawkeye. These two teams played back on January 13th. We were there. A very competitive game most of the way. Some bad fortune went Norwalk's way. We'll just say in the fourth quarter, Oskaloosa made a run. They won the game 52-46.
Yeah, that was probably, I would say, of all the Warrior losses, was probably the toughest one to swallow, both because it felt like a game the Warriors could have won, and then also a little bit, like you said, there were some unfortunate circumstances that really felt like it got taken away a little bit. But great time to get some revenge tonight. Really love to go into the tournament on a 2-game win streak, feeling good about yourself, so a lot to play for the Warriors tonight.
And a big development, one of the better players for Oskaloosa, Presley Blomers, is in street clothes.
Yeah, she's sitting right in front of us. So she is not going to be playing tonight. And not only is she a leading scorer, but she is their primary ball handler. And if you remember right, she got a couple early fouls in that first game, and they really struggled with the Warrior pressure when she was not in the game.
I believe that was the night, maybe the night you said cut the head off the snake.
Yeah, right.
That was the key to the game, and the snake is not out there tonight. So
well, and if you remember, we were doing quite well until the fourth quarter, and she had like 14 of her 23 points in the fourth quarter, and so it really changes the dynamics of this basketball game tonight. And honestly, it's just something the Warriors got to go out and take advantage of now.
Of course, both teams now without their general out there.
Yeah.
Anna Larson's been out for several games now with a knee injury, and now Blommer's out. So both of these teams not at full strength, but a lot of young talent out there, we know, for the Warriors, and they've been growing up of late.
And that's what I was going to say, and maybe Oskaloosa will have someone step up, kind of similar to how Pearl Brown has been stepping up for the Warriors. And, I think it's been really fun to see, in these last couple games, Pearl Brown, Ellie Doolin, to go along with a lot of already young, experienced players that the Warriors have watched develop over the year. But how fun has it been to watch them continue to get better as the year's gone on? And, we talked about this at the beginning of the year. It wasn't so much a season for them. They're not losing anybody, so this is the last games in these next couple games. But really, it's all just part of an ongoing development that's going to lead to, I think, a really great team next year, and probably in 2 years, a phenomenal team.
Coach Joe Martin a couple weeks ago called it a 24 to 36-month process.
Yeah, it is
what they're in.
Yeah.
So,
and they're making really good development. I know I listened to you guys talk on Tuesday night, and I thought Mr. W made a really, really astute comment when he said it's good the second time you're playing teams to see who's making more growth. And I think you're seeing this young Warrior team make some serious growth. And kudos to them, right, for not cashing it in, for just keeping getting better. And you know, the hustle's been there all year, the hard work, the effort, the energy. And it's just fun that, you know, as some of the losses have added up, they haven't let that define their season.
Yeah, there's never been any question about this team's heart and hustle all year long and effort. That's always been there. So looks like they're getting ready for the national anthem right now. So we'll take a break here on KNIA 3. We'll be back with the keys to the game, the starting lineups, and the opening tip. Stay with us here on KNIAKRLS.com.
Bellflower Florist and Gifts in Norwalk is your neighborhood floral and gift shop that offers exceptional quality, service, and design for all your floral needs. Conveniently located at 2251 Sunset Drive, Suite C in Norwalk, and open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturdays. They are proud to serve Norwalk, Indianola, Carlisle, the surrounding communities, and Des Moines metro area. Bellflower Florist and Gifts is your family-owned full-service flower and gift shop for all locations. From floral arrangements to gifts for everyone, they have you covered at Bellflower Florist and Gifts in Norwalk.
Cementech in Indianola is hiring for a variety of job openings. Along with competitive pay, Cementech offers free medical insurance premiums, which means no payroll deductions. They also offer 100% employee-owned annual stock grants to build your retirement nest egg at no cost to you, as well as annual educational scholarships awarded to children of employees. Check out their job openings today at cementech.com/careers and come join the team at Cementech in Indianola.
At Harvey's Automotive and Machine in Norwalk, your CarQuest Auto Parts team members are here to ensure you get the right parts the first time. Their stores offer a variety of free services and convenient hours to help make your life easier and your driving experience as smooth as possible. At Harvey's Automotive, customer service is driven by independent owners who are passionate about delivering excellence in everything they do. Harvey's Automotive is also a proud supporter of Norwalk High School Athletics, and they would like to wish all the Warrior teams good luck.
Good to see you.
Back in Norwalk, here we are, Mike Effner and Chris Larson getting ready for the starting lineups and the opening tip, Norwalk and Oskaloosa. But first we'll take a look at the Greg Young Chevrolet radio keys to the game, Chris, and I guess probably it starts out with taking advantage of the situation here. Oskaloosa playing without their floor general and making something out of that.
Absolutely. I mean, I think first and foremost, the Warriors, it's pressure, pressure, and more pressure, right? Do not let, the only advantage probably I would say Oskaloosa has in this game is if they can get it right to the 94th foot, right under the basket to Foster.
Yeah,
we need to play the other 93 feet as hard as we can and put as much pressure on them so they can't get it to that 94th foot.
Yeah, Daisha Foster averaging 12.5 points a game, 13.4 rebounds. She's a force down there at 6'3", just a sophomore, and you know, she wasn't dazzling against down in Oskaloosa the first time around, but she just steadily put up points, rebounds, and blocks.
Absolutely, and you know, they're probably going to sit in that 2-3 zone, which I think will be a really good test for us. Our first round opponent, Bondurant Farrar, likes to play a lot of 2-3 zone, so it really fits in really nice for us to, you know, as a good preparation for that game.
Yeah, seen a lot of zones so far this season. What else do you think is going to be key tonight?
Yeah, so I think along with that, then when we do get the ball on the offense, we got to take care of the basketball. Against that zone or any other spot, we got to just make sure we're getting good shots every possession and no silly turnovers against that zone, right? And don't be in a panic. If we move the ball, I think we'll get great shots against them. So let's, you know, we always talk about this. We want to pressure and create turnovers, but then on our end, let's make sure we're pushing without turning it over.
Right, and the other night against Newton, that was a big advantage for Norwalk. They won the turnover battle, and they made a lot of baskets off their forced turnovers. So that's been our Greg Young Chevrolet radio keys to the game. Let Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk go the extra mile for you with award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here, community care. Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk. And now we'll take a quick look at the starting lineups as they're introducing them now on the floor. First for Oskaloosa, number 2, Cassie Johnson is going to get the start tonight, along with number 4, Evelyn Adam. They both average just under 3 points a game. Number 11, Hannah Nelson, a 5'8" sophomore, averages 4 points a game and about 5 rebounds. Number 24, Lydia Van Veldhuizen, a 5'4" junior, 6.3 points a game. And then, of course, Daisha Foster, we mentioned her, 12.5 points and 13.4 rebounds a game. She also has 42 block shots. Now for Norwalk, the freshman Pearl Brown coming off that 15-point first half the other night, 5'5" freshman. Now got her average up to 2.1 because she more than doubled her output for the season after having 13 all year. Number 11, Ava Carlson, another freshman at 5'7", averaging 2.3 points a game. Number 14, Avery Thomas, 6.9 points, 3.9 rebounds a game, a 5'8" sophomore. Bailey Birmingham, the 5'8" sophomore, leads the way with 18.3 points, 6.4 rebounds a game. And then number 22, Braylon Clark, 5'7" sophomore, rounds it out. 6.6 points, 3.4 rebounds, 2.1 assists per night.
All right, here we go. This should be a fun one. I keep saying this to you. It's been a couple weeks for me, but sure I've been having fun time watching this Warrior team grow, and I thought they really put a lot of things together on Tuesday night. Now the key is, can they take another step forward tonight?
Chris, we're glad to have you back. It's been a few weeks. You've got sick there
I have
for a
all
while.
sorts of problems in my life.
But we got you back. So off the opening tip, Foster wins it, but it goes right to Birmingham. She's going to take it right to the hole, no good. And Foster's got the rebound, but now tied up by Birmingham.
Good hustle by Bailey on getting the tie up. Got to finish on that, but still good hustle to get the jump ball and so we'll get the next possession after this.
If you're listening on the Warrior Productions YouTube stream, we welcome you tonight to the broadcast as well. We're also on KNIAKRLS.com, KNIA 3. Warriors come out in a little full court pressure. It's broken, but the layup is missed on the other end by Adam. And the Warriors have the rebound. Here comes Pearl Brown. Open three. Clark's going to take it, knock it down.
Good dribble penetration by Pearl Brown there to set that three up. Braylon got her feet set and knocked her in.
And Braylon's been a little quiet from the arc the last several games, so good to see her knock down a long-range shot early. That'll get her going.
Interesting. Yep, I love that right there. That's what we were having a lot of success with in the first game. Ava Carlson coming back from that. I want to pressure all the way up. I don't want her to just stand back there with Foster. We want to put all the pressure up the court.
Certainly did there. Carlson tipped the pass out of bounds, so off Norwalk. It'll stay with Oskaloosa. They'll take it out at midcourt. Now the officials having a discussion.
I don't know what that was all about. A few of our old buddies, if you're a Norwalk guy, Larry Jacobus and Dwayne Duncan, they've been, last 30 years they've been doing Warrior basketball.
Aggressive running shot there by one of the Oskaloosa guards. Yep. It's rebounded by Birmingham. She's fouled, so the first foul of the game.
Little different crew, though. Tyler Brady, not normally with these guys, so just mixing it up, maybe getting ready for tournament basketball.
I think they got Van Veldhuizen on the foul. So Norwalk has it now, up 3-0, about a minute into this one.
Oskaloosa's in a little bit of a matchup zone, I believe. They're really matching up, but then they're switching. No, they're going man-to-man. They're man-to-man.
Yep.
It's kind of hard. We weren't moving, so there you go.
Crossover
nice,
dribble. Clark finds Carlson. Layup no good. She's got her own board.
Love it.
Going up against Foster and scores.
Good job by Ava. She used her body to protect herself a little bit on that offensive rebound and get it up over Foster. Really good job.
Near turnover here.
Almost.
Saved it. Will turn into a turnover. Carlson has it as Oski saved it from going out of bounds, but the steal by Carlson. So Warriors take over again. Thomas with the ball to Pearl Brown penetrating. Now Clark passes up the three. Gets it to Birmingham. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Birmingham fires away. No good. Rebounded by Oski.
You can tell Oskaloosa is going to have a lot of problems with their ball handling without Blommers out there.
Good aggressive move by Birmingham near steal.
Yep,
Johnson was able to take control or keep control of it, but now it's out of bounds again. Another turnover on Oski.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and tell you I think there's a good possibility they're going to have more turnovers than points tonight.
Ooh, that's kind of a bold prediction, but I'm not too far off from agreeing with you there. So far, the turnovers are about 4 to no points.
Just saying, we got a head start. Good job on dribble penetration by Bailey, getting a little contact, gonna force a foul and then out of bounds underneath.
Second foul on Oski. They inbound to Birmingham. She makes a nice move on the block and scores. Now a quick timeout called by Oskaloosa. Looks like it'll be a full timeout. but we'll keep it right here. 7-0 start for Norwalk, similar to the other night, getting out fast. 5:43 left in the first quarter. Impressions so far?
Yeah, really nice job by the Warriors. They kind of have done exactly what we wanted to see, right? They're pressuring the ball. They're not even allowing them to get into offense down there, which it should be the key, especially without Blommers on the floor. And then offensively, we've had really nice ball movement. You know, I think 2 of the baskets have come off of assists by somebody dribble penetrating and dishing. And you love to see that early on for the Warriors.
I had to kind of chuckle to myself earlier when Ava Carlson was able to score over Foster down there, giving up a lot of size. It reminded me of Iowa-Purdue last night when Iowa guys were trying to score over the 7'4" center.
Edie is
Purdue.
Something, isn't he?
He takes up a lot of. He's got quite a wingspan.
It's going to be really interesting to see Purdue in the tournament this year. You know, just he's playing so efficiently, and he's just such a game changer, no matter who you're playing.
Yeah. If he can stay out of foul trouble, and
right?
those young guards they have, if they can perform in the tournament when guards are so important.
Absolutely.
So we're back to action here. Oskaloosa down 7-0, struggled against this zone press. Is it a diamond 1 they've been running?
Yeah, a little bit of a 1-2-1-1 or 1-2-2 look for the Warriors. There's going to be a jump ball.
So again, forcing
another turnover.
Yeah, a hurried pass. They've just got them all out of rhythm.
Mm-hmm. We can just see what a key ball handling is to the game, right? You know, people talk about shooting, but if you can't handle the ball in order to get a shot up, then it's not going to help you much.
So basketball goes back to the Warriors. Birmingham takes a long 3. This time it's good, and it's 10-0.
Good. Yep. See, we got that 1-2-2 look. That's good. I like it when we go trap off of it. Good, good, good.
We're going to lob it in towards Foster, but Carlson was fronting her and has the steal.
Good look ahead by Pearl Brown, and a foul. Nice job.
Braylon Clark taking it in there from the left side. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line.
Good job by Ava Carlson there. What they almost tried to do is just throw it up as high as they could, but Ava used her athleticism almost like a defensive back would and tipped it away and then led the fast break.
First free throw up and good by Clark. What you like to see is everybody's been involved, too, so far. You got 3 different girls have scored.
Called all their names, yeah.
Yeah, and they're involved on the defensive end as well. Both free throws good by Clark. She's got 5 early points, and it's 12-0 Warriors. Oskaloosa does get it across, being patient here.
Okay, now you don't want to let up your pressure, right? Even in the half court, I'd like to see us continue to pressure that ball. Yep,
and
there you go.
There's the steal. All alone is Birmingham, uncontested layup.
Oh, man.
Blows the layup, though. And it's rebounded by Cassie Johnson for Oski. On the other end, near steal by Carlson.
Offensive pass interference there.
Yeah. They do try to get it to Foster, but it goes through her hands. It's another steal. I think Thomas came up with that one. Birmingham was almost too wide open that time. Pearl Brown for 3. I thought it was going down.
But a nice drive and dish by Bailey still, right? I like that. And now Pearl stuck with it, gets another turnover.
And she's fouled. Foul going to be called on Evelyn Adam.
Very nice. If you don't understand how important guards and ball handling are in basketball, you were just saying about the NCAA tournament. If you don't understand, this is a 10-win team, I think, Oscar. 9 or 10 wins.
9-11.
9-11. But think about that. Like, and they haven't even got a shot up in the first 4 minutes. And Blommers is a really good player, a 4-year starter.
Clark kicks it to Thomas for 3. In and out again. So we've seen a couple on that series go in and out, or it could be worse.
I still like the drive and dish, though. That's good basketball. There's going to be another steal.
And there's another steal at midcourt by Birmingham. This time she's going to no-look dish it off to Pearl Brown, and Brown puts it in. And another timeout called by Oskaloosa. It's 14-0.
Yeah, just really, really good, efficient basketball by the Warriors. I like to see how we're sharing the basketball. I think that just is a really good sign of growth for this Warrior team, that it's not just about coming out and whooping them, right? Like they're playing great on defense, but then on offense they're sharing the basketball. Good to see.
Yeah, everything clicking right now for Norwalk. Defense leading to offense, and then even in the half court they're definitely clicking, like you said. Another full timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here. See if there's any scores coming up in around from the region yet. Nothing yet. Usually they don't come in until the end of the first quarter. So take a look at some of the comparables for these teams. The team stats, very similar coming into this one. Points per game, Norwalk 43.0. Oski was 44.0. Field goal shooting overall, Norwalk 35.1%. Oski 34.8%, so that's even as well. Free throws, Norwalk 57%, Oski 55.6%. And then from three-point land, Norwalk 26.4%, Oski 25.4%.
Yeah, it just, like I said, I just can't reiterate the importance of a strong, dominant guard on any team when it comes to basketball team, right? And it's just going to be interesting to continue to watch. And if the Warriors just keep doing the same thing all the time. Oh, we got away with another turnover.
Yeah, a little bit of a carry there, not called, but Oski does break it. Now they do get a shot up this time. Hey. Well, it's going to be a foul, so no official shot in the book yet. But Cassie Johnson is fouled and will go to the line.
Good job by the Indians on that one, though. Nice job breaking the pressure, getting under control after the timeout, and then getting to the foul line. Good shot by Johnson there.
Johnson knocks down the first one. Ava Garvey going to check into the game for the first time for Norwalk. Johnson 4 for 7 at the line entering the ball game.
I really like to.
She goes 1 for 2.
I would like to compliment the Norwalk coaches too. Just recently, they've been doing a really nice job rotating Ava, our two posts, and I've always been a big believer in that with your 5-person. Obviously, I had 5 men, but I think it's a hard enough game to play as is, but especially when you're an inside player, it's nice to get those breaks every now and again.
Thomas shot fake, good shot fake. Now gets it to Garvey on the opposite side, but she travels. And you mentioned the two Avas, different contrasting styles between those two, and
I was always a huge believer in that, like for the 5 spot particular when you're having to do that.
Another steal,
Good
Garvey.
job. Way to get it right back, right?
She's going to take it all the way in. Shot just a little hard off the glass, and they call a charge.
Tough start for Ava. That's a good hustle by her and got the steal. She probably should have jump stopped and dropped it off, and she would have been able to get an easy layup.
Johnson taking the charge for the Indians. She's got their only point. It's 14-1. 3:19 left in the first quarter.
Good. Yeah, you rotate. Good.
And another steal. Thomas has it. Finds Birmingham
Good
ahead.
job.
Layup good. That's 7 points now for Birmingham, and it's 16-1. Oski just unsure.
I think you were thinking my bet was a little crazy to start with, but you're starting to become a believer.
Yeah, I think she should be charting these turnovers is what we should
There's
be doing.
another.
Just another one, so it goes back to Norwalk again at half court.
Might be turnovers to shots right now.
I don't think they have an official shot. Birmingham drives it in, slices through there too hard off the glass. Foster's got the board, and they're going to get Norwalk for a foul. Birmingham, a little frustration foul there.
Yeah, and that's one thing I want to see. I'd love to see next year when you talk about the overall growth. That's one part of Bailey's game. She's so good and aggressive. I think she needs to understand that it doesn't always have to be the first time she touches the ball. And if you let the ball move side to side, I think she'd find the openings are way easier to navigate through.
Right, I think that, and there's a travel forced again by the pressure. Birmingham, by the way, that was her second foul. She's going to go to the bench. Ellie Doolin now checks into the game.
I think Ellie's been giving us some really nice minutes lately as well. And so, again, just another young kid who is just taking nice incremental steps in the right direction.
Yeah, she had a really good first half the other night against Newton. Did a lot of different things to help out.
Yeah, she's a good rebounder, has a little length to her. I think she plays good defense, and I just, like I said, her progress has been really good.
So Norwalk again in the half court. I like the shot fakes, good ball fakes, and they're driving off that. There goes Clark into the lane. I think Foster might have got a piece of that one. She's short on the shot, and rebound by Foster. So here comes Oskaloosa.
Oh, they got lucky. That was a moving screen.
Foster at the top of the key. Doesn't take the three. Now a baseline shot is an air ball on the other side. That might be their first official shot.
Yep. Now
it's rebounded, but Johnson three-pointer is an air ball. And now Norwalk's got it.
There goes Pearl. She's pushing the ball up before it get there, Ava. Good. Nice
decision.
job.
Kicks it back to Thomas for three. No good. Rebounded Garvey. Foster affects that shot and gets the rebound. So A missed opportunity there. Still
Yeah.
16-1.
Nice job. I like the push by Pearl, though. Doing a really nice job with that.
So Oski back into their half-court set. We haven't seen the Warriors play a lot of half-court man, but now they're in it. And they're doing a good job. And this kind of an unforced turnover. Pass goes through the hands of Johnson and out of bounds. What do you think, 8, 9, 10 turnovers? Am I being a little...
I think you might be generous. I think it's probably 13, 14. All right, here we go. Braylon pushing.
Braylon kicks to Thomas.
Good shot
Elects
fake.
not to take it. Back to Clark. They'll look to reset. Ava Carlson back in the game.
I think they're back into man. They're kind of starting off in a 2-3 zone, and then they kind of match up out of it. Dribble, penetration, and kick is going to be be successful against that.
This time it's Ellie Doolin doing the driving and kicking, and Thomas's three-pointer's no good.
Don't hurt
Foster's
yourself.
got the board. She ends up falling on Doolin.
Yeah.
Then helps Doolin up. So.
Really nice sign of sportsmanship there by Deja Foster. She kind of fell on her, and she knows she's a, big, tall girl, and she turned around right away and tried to help her up. Nice to see. Good family, too. I mean, obviously we had a lot of great battles with her brother, and always just really generous in both winning and defeat.
And the first field goal of the game there as they break the pressure, and a good pass inside finds Leah Court. The freshman scores. Now a miss by Norwalk.
Nice thing is, that's the other big thing why you want to get good possessions on offense, because then you can set up your defense.
So Foster with it at the high post now, guarded by Carlson. A little spinning shot in the lane, too hard, but she gets her own rebound and fouled by Carlson on the putback attempt.
A little interesting approach there. She kind of shot it from the free throw line area and went and got her own rebound, and almost like the old Chris Webber days of just throwing it up to yourself.
Moses Malone.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
First free throw by Foster is no good.
We had a player named Carson Miller back in about 2012, and we called him the king of Moses Malone because he'd get to double figures in rebounds, but he'd blow all his teammates' assists because he'd miss 2 to get it there, but he was such a big dude.
Second free throw was no good. Thomas rebounds. This time Clark tries to drive in. Her shot's blocked by Foster, but Carlson's there for the rebound, and now she's fouled.
There's going to be a couple little things I'd like to look for tonight. Like right there, we had 26 seconds on the clock. Right there, getting ready for tournament basketball. That's one of those where I'd like to see some execution for a last shot. Obviously, it's probably not going to matter in this game, but I'd still like to see us working on some of those things to get ready for next week.
All 5 starters now on the board as Carlson knocks down the first free throw. Second one no good, goes out of bounds off Thomas. So with 15.2 seconds left, Norwalk leads at 17-3, and it'll be Oskaloosa ball. And another steal.
Job.
Carlson steps right in front of Foster at midcourt, gets the steal. Ahead to Dooland, 8 seconds left. Clark with it up top, 5 seconds left. She's going to drive, nice move, gathers herself, left-handed score.
Oh, sorry. Nice job using her left hand there by Braylon.
So a good opening quarter for Clark. She's got 7 points. Birmingham has 7 points. And the Warriors lead at 19-3 at the end of one. We'll take a break here on KNIAKRLS.com and be back right after this.
At Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk, your satisfaction is their top priority. Their friendly professional team is committed to helping you find the information and assistance you need at every step of the car buying and ownership journey. Combine that with their award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care, you can trust the team at Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk will go the extra mile to ensure you drive away in the new or used vehicle that fits you. Check them out at gychevynorwalk.com or stop by the dealership at 2501 Sunset Drive in Norwalk today.
Going for a walk out by the lake, a hike at Elk Rock, or a bike ride on the Somerset Trail and want to hear local information and stories? Check out the KNIA podcasts. All of our Let's Talk and in-depth programs are available as podcasts for your convenience. Check out interviews you may have missed with our archived programs saved as podcasts at KNIAKRLS.com and use the drop-down menu on the homepage to subscribe to never miss an episode.
Back in Norwalk, start of the second quarter. Warriors lead Oskaloosa 19-3, forcing a lot of turnovers so far. And right out of the break, though, driving in there for Oskaloosa is number 10, Logan Edgar, and she's fouled. Will go to the line. Another first quarter score. Dallas Center Grimes, top-ranked Phillies. They lead Pella 14-10 at the end of one.
Good game there. You know, we talked about Pella and the nice season they're having.
First free throw by Edgar is no good. Last night, Indianola went to Pella Christian and won a couple of ball games. Boys game was very close.
That was a really good game.
And both free throws no good by Edgar. So Oski is 1 of 6 now at the line. Now at the other end, a foul on Oskaloosa. Third foul of the game on Evelyn Adam. It'll be Braylon Clark at the line. 1 and 1. Hits the front end. So Clark 3 for 3 so far at the charity stripe. She's got 8 points to lead the Warriors.
Got a old familiar face. Let me ask you. Let's see if you remember. This guy would have played when you were reporting. 2003, Adam Thorson is his name, a former Warrior. I don't know if you remember. We played Harlan in the state semifinals that year.
In 03?
03.
Oh, I remember,
that.
I remember the game. I don't remember a lot of the specifics.
Yep.
Was that the night there was like a – no, that was a
no,
different, that was
that
Western
was a different
Dubuque.
night, yeah.
Okay, I was
so
thinking
Harlan,
of a blizzard. But
No, it was we played them. It was tied at half, and they ended up beating by about 10. So, but it was good. Good game, and Harlan went on to play Crestwood and win the state title. That was when they were on that crazy long win streak in all the sports.
The Cyclone Slam, yeah.
Yep.
So back to action here. Clark had made a couple of free throws, and I think Foster scored on the other end. Now a steal by Avery Thomas, and she scores off the turnover.
That had to be amazing to cover, though. Like, that had to be so much fun.
Yeah, we could talk
hours.
A long time about that streak and that amazing holding four 3A state titles at the same time. Another turnover ends up in the hands of Pearl Brown. Here we go again. Turnovers leading to buckets, and it's 25-5. Another timeout for Oski.
Did you see the passing right there? Ava Carlson got the steal. As soon as she got it, she passes to Avery Thomas. Avery Thomas real quick to Pearl Brown. That's what you want to see. That's good winning basketball. Really nice job by the Warriors.
Yeah, already 25 points in the ball game. Braylon Clark leads the way with 9. Birmingham's got 7. You got 4 points for Brown, 2 for Carlson, 2 for Thomas, and that rounds it out.
Really just a really nice exhibition for the Warriors. They're doing all the things that we kind of talked about that they needed to do tonight, and it's just been really fun to watch. Sometimes, though, it's not I think we all felt pretty confident, or me and you felt pretty confident that they were going to win this game. But sometimes games like this, it's not if you win, it's how you win. And I feel like right now they're doing it by sharing the basketball, by playing really good, smart defense. And it's nice to see them executing a smart game plan.
I mean, there's no doubt that the loss of Presley Blomers is huge tonight for Oskaloosa. But even with her in there, I think Warriors are playing well enough right now. They would still have a nice lead.
Absolutely.
So we're back to action here. Oskaloosa with it again, trying to break that pressure. Van Veldhuizen has it knocked away by Clark, but it'll stay with Oski. Your bold prediction early of more turnovers than points for Oskaloosa. Right now they got 5 points, and let's just say double-digit turnovers.
They have more than 5 turnovers.
Lob it into Foster. Good job of sandwiching her there by Dooland and Carlson. It goes out of bounds off Norwalk.
Hopefully that luck and good fortune carries over to the weekend in the Super Bowl, and I can make a few winning picks.
Got a lot of different small side bets on that game.
Yeah, you know, it's the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
You got to have fun.
Pearl Brown for 3 after the miss by Oski. No good.
Good job, Ava
Carlson right in the middle there. Gets the board, kicks it back out to Clark.
Good. Keep dishing. Good.
Brown's fouled now on the perimeter, and she'll go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Nice job, Pearl. Really getting good movement up top, and the girls doing a really nice job running their offense right now.
Brown will shoot her first free throw attempt of the night, a 1-and-1. And hits the
hey,
back
there we
heel
go.
and falls in. 5 points now for Pearl.
We'll just call that a little shooter's touch right there.
Absolutely. Second one
There
is
you go.
nothing but net, so 2 free throws for Pearl Brown. It was just
There we go again.
Clark near steal. It'll stay with Oski. 6 points for Brown now. 27-5 is your score. Near travel there. Van Veldhuizen gets it across the timeline now. Oski will try to get into their half-court offense. That's been difficult to do most of the night. Now they lob it into Foster.
Nice
this
job.
time a clean catch, but her shot is no good. Brown
good
tries
hustle,
to
Pearl.
save it and does. Clark's got a handle on it, but there's an Oski girl fighting for it in there too, and they call a jump ball. It'll go to Norwalk. Birmingham back into the game for Norwalk here in the second. Clark drives and kicks. Thomas now back to the top of the key with Brown.
Sometimes we got to make sure we don't let that ball get stagnant. Keep moving it. Keep moving it.
Crossover
Oh,
dribble.
good
Oh,
look.
another no-look pass. It was pretty, but
It was.
Carlson's shot was blocked by Foster, so good recovery for the Indians that time.
Good job by Pearl getting that pressure right away, even off a miss. Almost a opportunity for the score.
A nice drive now to the hole by the freshman Logan Edgar, and she finishes there.
Yep. Oh, get it to her.
Her first basket.
Oh, that's a foul.
Makes it 27-7, but at the other end, Norwalk draws another foul. It'll be Clark going back to the line.
Good push there by Braylon. Really, really nice execution there.
And you talked about Norwalk, while forcing turnovers at the same time needing to take care of the basketball themselves. They've done a great job of that.
Yep, nice job on the free throw line tonight as well. Again, those are some of the things you really want to see as we head on into next week.
7 for 7 at the moment. Oh, and you jinxed it. She did
my
miss the second
fault.
one, but Birmingham gets the rebound.
Ooh. Braylon can just blame me for that. I owe her one.
Clark had knocked down her first 5 of the night. Now Birmingham is fouled. Now it's double bonus time. Braley will go to the line to shoot 2. She's gotten to the line a lot this year. 94 for 132.
Really good numbers.
Shooting 71%.
Yep.
She hits the first. Did she hit the first one?
Yep,
Yes.
she made it.
8 points now for Birmingham. Always finds a way to get 18, 20 a night.
Yeah, she sure does, doesn't she?
Makes both free throws there. 30-7.
Oh.
Right away,
Oh,
Van
right away.
Veldhuizen loses the handle. Stolen away by Clark. Can't finish. Gets her own rebound.
Kick.
Trying to kick it out. She's
One
surrounded by 3 Indians. Now they get it out. Birmingham for 3. Yes!
She was begging for that one. Bailey was begging for that, and good job on the extra pass by Avery Thomas.
Second 3 of the night. She's got 12 points, and it's 33-7. This time Oskaloosa does break the pressure. And Veldhuizen with it on the right wing. Looked like she shuffled
traveled,
before
yeah.
the 3, but her 3 was no good. And now another collision down low. Foster. And who was was it Birmingham?
Yeah.
Everybody's okay.
Yeah. Oh, thankfully. That was a weird-looking collision. That was not – it just didn't – neither of them landed normal.
Another Ava for Ava switch. Garvey into the game. Carlson checks out.
Oof.
Inbounds pass knocked away. 16 on the shot clock for Oskaloosa. A game where everything
different set
going
for 'em this
Norwalk's
time.
way so far.
Yep. Don't want to make any bad habits, though, at this point.
Running shot by Van Veldhuizen. They do call a foul on the shot, so she'll go to the free throw line. Foul number 7 of the half on Norwalk. 4:16 to go, second quarter. Your score is Norwalk 33, Oskaloosa 7. It's Lydia Van Veldhuizen at the line. First free throw is good. Her first points of the night. Van Veldhuizen has 23 pointers on the year, but she's been quiet so far tonight. Misses the second free throw.
Eesh.
Oh, and Thomas tried to find Brown across the other side of the lane, but it was picked off. And now Oskaloosa travels. Johnson travels at midcourt. Excuse me, Maddie Moorman with the travel.
Yeah.
So back to the Warriors it goes. Sporting a 25-point lead right now.
I'd like to see Ava Garvey get out and set some high ball screens and make Foster kind of make a decision of how she'd like to defend that.
Right now she's camped right in the lane. Garvey's going to take a little jumper from 12 feet, knock it down.
Nice shot by Ava. Again, good dribble penetration by Bailey Birmingham, I believe it was, and set up the good assist.
And now the steal by Garvey off the deflection. Back come the Warriors, though the pass from Clark to Birmingham is picked off. So a steal there for Hannah Nelson of Oski. Don't want to get sloppy.
Nope, you want to take care of that ball and straight up.
Foster this time gets it inside in good position, but her turnaround shot no good. Her putback is good.
Yeah, it's weird when it gets in there. It kind of just turns into slow motion. Everything.
Yeah. Second bucket now for Foster.
Good job.
Right back comes Norwalk. Garvey unable to finish.
Good job, Ava.
And another Garvey foul, and she falls over backwards over Van Veldhuizen. I think she'll go to the line, though, for her troubles.
Yeah, nice pass there by Ellie Doolin. I really like the way the Warriors are passing the ball right now.
So it will be Garvey at the line. Got 2 points so far on the night. Just made a little jumper there moments ago. First free throw is no good. So who are you picking in the Super Bowl, by the way?
I'm picking the Chiefs. How about you?
I want to see the Chiefs win. I just think the Eagles might be a little too tough overall with that pass rush they've got. And I don't know yet if Mahomes is going to be 100% mobile or not.
You know, the only thing I'm going to tell you is Andy Reid is some insane record coming off of 2 weeks. And
yeah, you're right.
I think so. I like him, and I think Mahomes is better than Hurts. That's my only basis, and I guess we'll see. It'll probably come down to some tip pass, or should be a fun game though. Get there,
now back to action. A steal by Norwalk, and Doolin can't quite finish, but Pearl Brown's got the rebound, no good. Now Thomas pulls it out of there. Brown back inside. She's fouled. She'll go to the line for two. Garvey hit the second free throw there. I think she did.
She did, yeah.
Makes it 36-10. Now it's going to be Pearl Brown at the line. She was 2 for 2 earlier in the quarter. She's got 6 points so far, coming off that 16-point career high on Tuesday against Newton. First one's up and good.
Pearl's a really good free throw shooter, too. You can tell she's only going to get better and better. Just like I said, I've been really impressed with her play.
This time, no good on the second one. Look at Garvey battle Foster there on the rebound. She forces a jump ball. It will go to Oski, but great determination there by Garvey.
Yeah, really nice job by Ava. Like I said, both Avas have just fought their tails off tonight.
I was talking to Jack Brown. He was on our radio sports page this week, and he said basketball runs in the family pretty good there in the Brown family. The mother was an All-American at Central.
She was.
Back in the day.
Grandpa was a longtime high school coach.
And in action here, Oskaloosa was able to get a bucket. Foster scored again. And then Birmingham tried to answer, and her shot was a little too hard off the backboard.
And I don't know if you got to this part, but his brother Joe was the starting center on our state championship team.
Yeah, he mentioned watching that championship game from home.
Yeah, right. He only got 2 tickets per family. It was tough. It was a tough.
Yeah.
My daughters weren't in the gym either.
I remember starting that tournament, covering it. Harlan against Norwalk. It was a 35-point game, I think, for you guys. And then by the end of the week, the whole world had shut down.
Yeah. It still feels like a blink of an eye ago, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like how life changed.
Cassie Johnson at the line for Oskaloosa, knocks down the first.
I think 1+ for Oskaloosa tonight is they're doing a nice job from the free throw line.
Yeah, they're getting better as they go. Johnson's made 3 out of 4. 37-14 is the margin now. We're under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Norwalk took control this early. Ellie Doolin with a three-pointer. So everybody's getting in on the action.
Really nice job by Braylon Clark to dribble penetrate and then find Ellie for the nice looking three-pointer.
7 Norwalk players now in the scoring column as a travel on the other end. Logan Edgar got caught a little indecision there and took steps. 40-14. It started out, I believe 14-0 was the run for Norwalk to start the game, and they haven't looked back.
Yep. All right, go get it, go get it, go get it.
Brown's pass saved by Thomas right in front of the Oski bench. Now Clark is bumped from behind. No call. She'll kick it to Thomas, maybe get an assist out of it. Yes.
There you go. Braylon Clark's just playing a wonderful game. Nice shot by Avery Thomas, but Braylon Clark is using her jump stops well. She's handling the ball. She's scoring. She's doing a little bit of everything tonight.
It was Avery Thomas knocking down her first three-pointer of the night to make it 43-14. Johnson passes up the three. It's Mormon with it now. She's going to take a long shot. I think either Doolin got a piece of it or it was well short.
Run, Ava.
Here come the Warriors in transition.
She saw her, just didn't have the right angle.
Doolin finds an opening, tries to find Carlson, but Carlson wasn't quite ready for that pass, and it goes out of bounds.
Not a great pass, but I do like the way the Warriors are thinking about sharing the basketball tonight. They have a lot of assists on their 43 points.
Yeah, almost unselfish to a fault at times. Really looking for each other, and that's great to see. Oskaloosa with the ball again. A risky pass gets over the head of Foster there off her hands, and Norwalk's got another steal.
Easy, easy.
Doolin, tried to save it there. Thought she had it for a second. I like how she kicked it to the ref there, showing off the soccer skills.
She is a soccer player, as is Pearl Brown. Both those and Braylon Clark. They'll all be important members of the soccer team this spring.
The girls soccer team state semifinalists 2 years in a row. They'll be a team to watch again.
Absolutely.
Whoa, what was that, a pass or a shot? At any rate, it was heaved up there.
I'm going to tell you this. It was either a really bad shot or a really bad pass.
One way or another, you got it covered. It was went out of bounds, so it goes back to Norwalk. So I do look at the clock now, 1.3 seconds, so I think it was a shot out of necessity. Now Birmingham's going to fire it up, but a little bit late and way off the mark. So we've reached halftime here at Norwalk, and what a half it was for the host Warriors. They go to break with a 43-14 lead over Oski. We're going to take a break here on KNIAKRLS.com. We'll be back to talk about it after this.
Stay in the know with everything going on throughout Indianola and Warren County with Let's Talk Indianola. You can hear in-depth discussions with lawmakers, city officials, and leaders of our community during all 3 KNIA hour-long news magazines. You can also find Let's Talk Indianola 24 hours a day on KNIAKRLS.com and download them on Apple Podcasts and Google Play. The one to count on for today's news and local information is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola.
Know what decisions are being made at local school board sessions, Board of Supervisors meetings, and City Council meetings by listening to KNIA News. Our award-winning news staff will bring you information from your elected officials and decision makers, as well as heartfelt feature stories, weather coverage, and more. If you miss it on air, find it all on KNIAKRLS.com. The one to count on for today's local news is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola.
Find out what your school's coach thinks of this week's high school sports action during the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner. Every Saturday morning starting at 9, hear from our local football, volleyball, and cross-country coaches on how their team did and what they have coming up. We'll take a look around the world of Indianola, Knoxville, Norwalk, Pleasantville, and Melcher Dallas sports each Saturday at 9 a.m. during the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA, Knoxville, Indianola.
At Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk, your satisfaction is their top priority. Their friendly professional team is committed to helping you find the information and assistance you need at every step of the car buying and ownership journey. Combine that with their award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care, you can trust the team at Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk will go the extra mile to ensure you drive away in the new or used vehicle that fits you. Check them out at gychevynorwalk.com or stop by the dealership at 2501 Sunset Drive in Norwalk today. At Holland Farms Senior Living in Norwalk, their goal is for every resident to make Holland Farms their home for years to come by offering services in 3 distinct residential options: carefree living, assisted living, and memory care. Holland Farms can gladly serve the needs of all who reside in their community. Holland Farms Senior Living opened its doors in May of 2021 and is conveniently located at 2800 Sunset Drive, right next to Elizabeth Holland Park. If you are interested in learning more about Norwalk's newest senior living community and would like to schedule a tour, simply visit hollandfarmsliving.com.
Unity Point Clinic Norwalk provides family medicine for people of all ages in Norwalk and the surrounding area. Conveniently located at 801 Colonial Circle and open Monday through Thursday 7:30 to 5:30 and Fridays 7:30 to 5, Unity Point Clinic Norwalk can provide a variety of services for your physical, emotional, and mental health needs, such as routine checkups, immunizations, annual physical exams, and other preventative care. When it comes to your health, trust the professionals at Unity Point Clinic in Norwalk. Remax Precision of Norwalk is ready to help lead the search for your next home. Remax Precision is a premier upscale real estate firm specializing in new construction, residential, and commercial real estate in central Iowa. Their mission is to provide a better type of service for both the realtor and clientele through the use of technology, agent experience, and exceptional market knowledge. Contact Remax Precision today at 515-201-4203. Remax Precision of Norwalk is also a proud supporter of Norwalk High School athletics, and they want to wish the Warriors student athletes and teams an outstanding school year. Going for a walk out by the lake, a hike at Elk Rock, or a bike ride on the Somerset Trail and want to hear local information and stories? Check out the KNIA podcasts. All of our Let's Talk and in-depth programs are available as podcasts for your convenience. Check out interviews you may have missed with our archived programs saved as podcasts at KNIAKRLS.com and use the drop-down menu on the homepage to subscribe to never miss an episode.
Stay in the know with everything going on throughout Indianola and Warren County with Let's Talk Indianola. You can hear in-depth discussions with lawmakers, city officials, and leaders of our community during all 3 KNIA hour-long news magazines. You can also find Let's Talk Indianola 24 hours a day on KNIAKRLS.com and download them on Apple Podcasts and Google Play. The one to count on for today's news and local information is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola.
At Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk, your satisfaction is their top priority. Their friendly professional team is committed to helping you find the information and assistance you need at every step of the car buying and ownership journey. Combine that with their award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care, you can trust the team at Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk will go the extra mile to ensure you drive away in the new or used vehicle that fits you. Check them out at gychevynorwalk.com or stop by the dealership at 2501 Sunset Drive in Norwalk today.
Back here at Norwalk, it's halftime of the girls' game. 43-14 is your score. The Warriors have already reached their season average for points in a game here in the first half, scoring points off turnovers, doing it in the half court with great unselfish basketball. They've knocked down several three-pointers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 three-pointers. So doing everything well right now.
Yeah, just a really great example of what good basketball looks like, and fun to get to see this team show some of their growth off tonight, you know. Like you said, obviously Oskaloosa, you know, maybe a little bit of an impact on the offensive end, but Blomers isn't going to stop all 43 of those points, and so that's just really good offensive efficiency by the Warriors, and just super impressed with the way this young team continues to grow.
And we'll take a look at the scoring here at halftime. All 7 of the Warriors in that main rotation have scored, led by Bailey Birmingham with 12 points. She's got a couple of three-pointers in there. 10 points for Braylon Clark. She set the tone right away with a three-pointer to start the game. 7 points from freshman Pearl Brown, 5 from Avery Thomas, and then 3 apiece by Ava Carlson, Ellie Dooland, and Ava Garvey. Now look at the points for Oskaloosa. Again, they're playing without their leader, Presley Blomers, averages about 19 a game. She's in street clothes tonight. So leading the way at halftime is the 6'3" sophomore, Daisha Foster, with 6. 3 points for Cassie Johnson, 2 apiece for Logan Edgar and Leah Court, a couple of freshmen. And then Lydia Van Veldhuizen has 1 point. So that makes it, again, 43-14 at halftime. Norwalk scored the first 14 points of the game. They led 19-3 at the end of the first, and then outscored Oski 24-11 in the second quarter to make it 43-14. Just one other score that we're tracking right now, halftime. Top-ranked Dallas Center Grimes getting all they can handle from Pella tonight. Not sure what Pella's ranked these days. I know they're up there in the 4A rankings.
I think they're like 7 or 8.
Yeah, it's 22-20 at half. Dallas Center Grimes with that slim lead.
Yeah, they're doing it with defense, right? They're keeping defense is keeping them in the game, and obviously finding enough ways to score a few points.
If I was a betting man, I'm still betting on the Phillies, though. They just seem to get better as the game goes along.
I agree.
Seeing them a couple times this year, so. And again here, 43-14, and we'll take another break on KNIAKRLS.com. We'll be back with second half action right after this.
Find out what your school's coach thinks of this week's high school sports action during the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner. Every Saturday morning starting at 9, hear from our local football, volleyball, and cross-country coaches on how their team did and what they have coming up. We'll take a look around the world of Indianola, Knoxville, Norwalk, Pleasantville, and Melcher Dallas sports each Saturday at 9 a.m. during the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA, Knoxville, Indianola.
Know what decisions are being made at local school board sessions, Board of Supervisors meetings, and City Council meetings by listening to KNIA News. Our award-winning news staff will bring you information from your elected officials and decision makers, as well as heartfelt feature stories, weather coverage, and more. If you miss it on air, find it all on KNIAKRLS.com. The one to count on for today's local news is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola.
Stay in the know with everything going on throughout Indianola and Warren County with Let's Talk Indianola. You can hear in-depth discussions with lawmakers, city officials, and leaders of our community during all 3 KNIA hour-long news magazines. You can also find Let's Talk Indianola 24 hours a day on KNIAKRLS.com and download them on Apple Podcasts and Google Play. The one to count on for today's news and local information is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola.
Going for a walk out by the lake, a hike at Elk Rock, or a bike ride on the Somerset Trail and want to hear local information and stories? Check out the KNIA podcasts. All of our Let's Talk and in-depth programs are available as podcasts for your convenience. Check out interviews you may have missed with our archived programs saved as podcasts at KNIAKRLS.com and use the drop-down menu on the homepage to subscribe to never miss an episode.
Back in Norwalk, Mike Effner and Chris Larson with you tonight. First game of a doubleheader, and we're at halftime. And all Norwalk girls so far, 43-14. Of course, this is the regular season finale on Wednesday. They'll open up regional play at Bondurant Farrar, and I think that's a game, a team maybe they can hang with. Looks like though Bondurant Farrar, watching their scores, looks like they've gotten a little better the second time through their conference.
Yeah, they definitely have, but you know, that's why you feel good about the way the Warriors are playing. I don't think it's an overwhelming matchup for them. And, you know, those of you who remember the state tournament Bondurant team from last year, a little bit different than this year's team. They lost their leading scorer and their leading assist, you know, playmaker. So it'll look like a different team.
So back to action here in a interesting charge call or push-off there on Braylon Clark to start the second half.
Kind of... I don't know. It didn't look like much there.
We were shielded. I guess if she did push off, we wouldn't have been able to see it. So
good point. Good point.
Oski able to break the pressure here to start the third quarter. Van Veldhuizen finds Johnson inside. She lets Pearl Brown run by and then hits the layup.
Yep. There was
Birmingham's going to take a three. No good. Weak side board for Edgar. So a couple of freshmen getting in there for Oski tonight, and Norwalk's got all freshmen and sophomores out there on the floor these days.
10-second violation. Nice job.
We haven't seen a 10-second violation yet, so a new way of turning it over, I guess. Probably in the 20s now for Oski turnovers.
Right. Makes it a little easier on that 10-second call now when you can just look at the shot clock
Yeah.
and if it gets to 25.
It's kind of cheating, I guess, if you're
All right.
So back to Norwalk now in their half court.
Move the ball.
Birmingham kicks it to Brown. She'll dribble into the lane. Kicks it back to Birmingham. Her three on the way is short.
Good hustle, Ava.
Look at Carlson chase down the board. Just all hustle there.
One more.
Brown again drives in. Now it's Clark. Loves that left side of the lane. Back to Brown. Birmingham another three. This one's off the mark as well. So 3 misses from Bailey to start the third quarter. This time Oski's got the board, and here comes Van Veldhuizen in transition. Misses the layup though.
Oh.
Getting the rebound is Evelyn Adam, and her shot just called that out of bounds there.
Yeah, I think they're just going to say it was out of bounds off of Avery Thomas.
Thomas got a piece of the shot, so inbounding it, Oski. Nice little inbounds play, nearly banking it in was Edgar on the three, but it's no good. And then on the putback, a foul called on Norwalk.
Yep, that was just a. There's been a few times where that height has come into play, but the Warriors, for the most part, have really done a nice job making the game about more than that.
It's Foster at the line. She's now 0 for 3 as she misses the first one. First time around, remember, she did knock down some big ones late to help seal that one up for the Indians. Second attempt now on its way. This one's a little short, rebounded by Carlson.
Get out and go, get out and go.
Birmingham weaving through traffic. This time kicks it out to Avery Thomas for 3. She follows her own shot,
nice
though.
job.
Gets the rebound. They set it back up. Clark, crossover dribble, left side. Loses her dribble, now back to Thomas for 3. Three-pointer Avery Thomas.
Maybe the possessions this half are just going to be shoot threes till you make it.
So far, that's what we got. But there's been penetration and kick on it. Now a turnover.
Absolutely.
Johnson pass too tall for Edgar, goes out of bounds. Another turnover on the Indians. If you joined us late tonight, it was right out of the chute. Braylon Clark hit a three-pointer. Norwalk scored the first 14 points, and they've just added to their lead ever since. It's 46-16. Nice fake pass there on the drive by Birmingham, and she converts.
Really good stuff defensively. We're going to be 3 more points till a running clock here, Mike. Might get the night moving a little bit. I'd be all right with that.
That would be all right. You got senior night coming up for the boys. That's going to take a little time.
Always does. Oh, grab it, grab it.
Shot by Edgar, no good. Clark wisely lets it go out.
I'm never one. I never believe you just don't want to put that in the ref's hands on those. Just grab it.
Yep, it was there.
Don't ever take it for granted. Just
possession.
I'm kind of a paranoid person by nature with that.
Good ball movement once again.
There
This
we
time
go.
Thomas in rhythm. Assist Garvey. Three-pointer Thomas.
It's just fun to see how that ball's moving so much smoother nowadays, isn't it?
That's 3 triples on the night for Thomas. Now she's up to 11 points, so another player in double figures. That's
keep
3
that
Warriors.
clock running now, people.
Activity from the youngsters up here on the track.
Should we do a little play-by-play on
Tripping over a radio cord.
Tripping on
Garvey,
a 4th grader.
That wasn't as pretty of a possession, but it ended up with an open 3 for Clark. She misses it. Now a scramble in the lane and a tie-up. Goes back to Oskaloosa.
Well, I'm not always a huge fan of the running clock, but in this game, I'm kind of, there's been so many stoppages, and it kind of has not a lot of rhythm.
Norwalk still pressuring up 35, 51-16. That's leading to some of the fouls probably.
Right.
Now they
Good
break
hustle,
it,
Avery.
but Thomas hustling back, gets the steal and feeds Brown. So here comes the pressure, or the transition.
Good job.
Pass, Brown to Birmingham. Can't quite finish there, and Foster's got a strong rebound inside. And with Norwalk not having much of a bench, you don't need all that time to get everybody in the game.
Yeah, right. It's a little different in the boys' game, right? That would be one where it would be bad because we want to get those seniors a chance to play.
I wonder what they'll do with the starters tonight, if they'll start anybody different.
It'll be 5 seniors, and 4 of the 5 are people who typically don't play. So it's something I appreciate. Coach Pelzer it's been a tradition of ours in Norwalk basketball for 27, 28 years that if you make it through your senior year, you get at least one start. And always kind of our take, and he and I were just talking about it this morning, is if we lose the game tonight because of the first 2 minutes of doing the right thing, then you can put your head on the pillow and say it wasn't meant to be.
Right. Maybe you weren't going to win anyway if that's the case. So another timeout on the floor. I think it was Braylon Clark that scored there right before the timeout for the Warriors, giving her 12 points on the night.
Now, I will put a little disclaimer in there. We have had 3 or 4 years where we were going through for a conference championship on senior night. And on those years, we kind of let the team put it to a vote, and everybody was like, no, I don't want to put any risk into that. So, but typically, that's going to be kind of what he does and what we've always done.
Back to action now. Foster gets it to Edgar. Her long two is an air ball. It is saved, though, by Oskaloosa to Johnson. So they'll reset, just 18 on the shot clock. Now Foster's going to try one from about 17 feet. It's all backboard.
Grab it.
Garvey on her knees, gets the rebound. Here comes Birmingham in transition. Little spin move there and a sweeping shot off the glass. She's pretty good at that.
Like you said, she's always gonna get up around that 20-point mark. You know, she's a scorer, man. Gets her done.
Yeah, nose for the basket, or nose for the rim, and she finds her way there. Now on the other end, Foster misses a shot badly. Putback is no good. Another putback no good. And finally, Ellie Doolin's got the board.
Saw 2 air balls from 5 feet on.
Oh, another nice break. Birmingham leads Clark perfectly, and her left-handed layup is good. 57-16. This time the pass of Edgar goes well over the head of Lydia Van Veldhuizen out of bounds. An unforced turnover that time for Norwalk.
You know, one thing I would like, if we have any Oskaloosa people listening in, let's go back to, let's really give Presley Blommer some credit that she deserves. She's a 4-year starter. Obviously, stinks to see her injured right now, but to just show how important of a player she is for their team, you just have to watch this game tonight because they're having trouble functioning without her out there, and they are a team who's won 9 games this year, and so I think it's just kudos to her for how good of a player she is and how she could make other people around her better.
Right, I got to think a first-team all-conference type player.
Absolutely.
Possible all-state honors coming her way as well.
Yeah.
Just don't know what the situation is, but on the bench tonight. Norwalk came up empty on their last possession. Now Johnson drives in and is fouled, and she'll go to the line.
I saw her down chatting with Simpson coach Brian Nemeth before the game, so I wondered if he had come to see her play, and then I think he might have darted out after he saw, but that'd be a great get, and obviously just down the road from us, but that's a fine program that he runs.
Johnson at the line. First free throw was short. It was 43-14 at the half. It's been 14-2 this quarter, now 14-3 as Johnson knocks down the second free throw.
What do you think the percentages are of free throw makes after air balls?
That's a good question.
I just feel like it often happens when somebody airballs it the next time, they concentrate, they focus a little bit, and they seem to make the second one.
You start thinking about your mechanics a little bit. You're getting your legs into it, going straight up with it. Yeah.
Just it's a little fun.
It's humbling when you shoot an air ball at the line.
It's humbling, yes. Did you ever shoot an air ball from the free throw line?
Oh, I believe so.
Really? I'm talking like in high school. Yeah, no, yeah, in a game in high school.
Well, I don't remember ever doing it in a game, maybe. So.
Yeah, I don't think I.
Probably in some pickup games.
I mean, I'm getting old though. Maybe it's selective memory.
I guess, those are usually the things you remember, is things like that. So I don't think I did.
Were you a good shooter?
No.
No, that wasn't your game.
I could be a shooter at. I wasn't much of a player. I played, but.
I just wasn't much of a player. That's fair.
It was tough to get in the rotation, let's just say.
Yeah, there you go. Let's just go with that.
Down to 15 seconds in the third quarter. 57-17 Norwalk. Oskaloosa's got the basketball. Johnson with it. Long three-pointer coming up. It's an air ball. Attempted save by Mormon, but she stepped out, and the clock continues to run, and that'll do it. Third quarter in the books. 57-17 Norwalk, your score. It'll be a fast fourth quarter coming up. We'll be back right after this.
Bellflower Florist and Gifts in Norwalk is your neighborhood floral and gift shop that offers exceptional quality, service, and design for all your floral needs. Conveniently located at 2251 Sunset Drive, Suite C in Norwalk, and open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturdays. They are proud to serve Norwalk, Indianola, Carlisle, the surrounding communities, and Des Moines metro area. Bellflower Florist and Gifts is your family-owned full-service flower and gift shop for all locations. From floral arrangements to gifts for everyone, they have you covered at Bellflower Florist and Gifts in Norwalk.
Cementech in Indianola is hiring for a variety of job openings. Along with competitive pay, Cementech offers free medical insurance premiums, which means no payroll deductions. They also offer 100% employee-owned annual stock grants to build your retirement nest egg at no cost to you, as well as annual educational scholarships awarded to children of employees. Check out their job openings today at cementech.com/careers and come join the team at Cementech in Indianola.
Back in Norwalk, fourth quarter coming up. All Warriors 57-17 over Oskaloosa. We do have some other scores around the region, and one of those, actually a boys score after one quarter, Twin Cedars 20, Moulton Udell 13. And I don't have another update on that Dallas Center Grimes Pella game yet at this time.
Excuse me.
Got a tickle?
Yeah, a little something. Ooh, that's a travel.
And a couple of them maybe, but
we're just not going to call it. Get your head up, Pearl. That a girl.
Off of a Norwalk turnover. Now wide open. This time Birmingham hits the wide open layup, and she's up edging closer to that 20-point mark.
Nice job by Pearl Brown getting her head up and pushing it up court.
Let's see, I've got Bailey with 18 on the night. Scoreboard says 17. It also has her with 5 fouls, so I don't know.
Good move.
Johnson converts the layup that time, so if the scoreboard's accurate, Bailey shouldn't be out there right now. Oh no! How do you got to count that just for how incredible of a shot it was. Birmingham drives in, spins it up there. It was spinning around like a top on the rim and fell in, but they wave it off, said the foul was on the floor.
Yeah, so what do you have Bailey for 4?
I've got her with 18 points. Scoreboard says 17. Though? I'm guessing 4.
The only thing I wondered is just if they're just lost track of, you know what I mean? Like that a girl, Pearl.
Pearl Brown, nice driving basket. So Brown, 9 points now, trying to make it back-to-back double figures games. And the lead is now ballooned to 42 points, 61-19. We've had running clock for a while now. Johnson, trap, kicks it over, or back up to the arc. Three-pointer no good by Hannah Nelson. Kicks out of bounds. It'll stay with Oski. Paige Nichols in, so we see Oski's going to take another timeout. 30-second timeout, I believe, coming up. So a good chance to maybe get a little extended minutes for Paige Nichols and Kara Scandrett here. Scandrett last Friday where were we? Grinnell, I believe, knocked down a three-pointer.
Yeah, nice to see some of them getting a little extra time. Just overall great night here for the Warriors. Did check my clock, though. We're not running that ahead of schedule.
Well, it's been like you mentioned, a lot of stoppages.
Yeah, a lot of stoppage.
Fouls and turnovers and dead balls, so not a lot of long possessions. Warriors trying to get to 6-15 for their final regular season record. They'll have a few days off. They'll be back at it Wednesday night at Bondurant for our opening Class 4A regional play. Nelson shot no good. Foster with the putback. So first bucket of the second half for Foster. She's got 8 now, and it's Oski has broken 20 on the night. They broke 20 turnovers a while ago.
Told you, I need this luck to carry through the weekend.
Your bold predictions, sometimes they just happen to come true. I have noticed that.
I'm just saying, starting to drink the Kool-Aid.
This time Foster with a block shot on the other end. Norwalk still has possession. 5:20 and counting.
Have fun. Got some senior parents heading on down for senior night. Always an exciting time.
Birmingham misses the three. Foster corrals the rebound. Here comes Johnson leading the break for Oskaloosa, but Thomas makes sure that transition isn't going to happen. Skip pass over to Moorman. Now a three-pointer on the way. Van Velthuizen.
I knew she's a good shooter. Her brother was a really nice shooter. He was on their state championship team and hit a couple huge threes in their championship game victory against us.
Yeah, Liddy was averaging 6.3 coming into this one. That's her first field goal of the night, the three-pointer. Now Birmingham misses a shot, and Oski's got it back again. 61-24.
Oh, yeah, got to get below 25, so we got a ways.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah,
We're a continuous clock the rest of the game, I believe.
Yep. Oh, good
Mormon
play.
saves it to Foster, and she's fouled before the shot. That'll be foul number 5 of the half on Norwalk. And speaking of Kara Scandrett, she's now in the game. Got Pearl Brown, Scandrett. You got Ellie Dooland out there. Avery Thomas still in the game.
Paige Nichols.
And Paige Nichols. Foster turnaround is good and one. So Foster now in double figures. $10 points for Foster. She leads the way for Oski. Free throw is no good, just off the front rim. Van Velthuizen has the rebound, lobs it back to the free throw line. And this time a little 13-footer bounces in for Foster, so a 4-point possession for her. Maybe we will get back to a 25-point deficit.
Yeah, maybe. Helpful. You never know.
Doolin, good pass to Nichols. Her shot no good.
Don't foul.
Oski got the board. Nearing the 3-minute mark now. Been rolling along here since about midway through the third quarter when we had running clock.
Good job by Ellie Doolin.
Good steal by Doolin. She saves it.
Yep.
To her teammate,
nice.
Scandrett. Avery Thomas in there. She's, I believe, the only start. Nope, Pearl Brown's still in there. So 2 starters in the game. Can't take them all out.
Nope. We don't have enough. Oh, get in there,
Thomas's
Avery.
jumper rolls in and out and finally decides not to go down. Indians got the board. Johnson bringing it up.
Oh,
Van
Van
Velthuizen's
Velthuizen
feeling
wanted it. She wanted it.
She
over
still
there.
wants it.
Yeah, she's like, give me the rock.
Now she's gets it and she's guarded tightly by Thomas. You're going to lob it into Foster. She's going to try to turn around banker. No good. Mormon in there for a rebound.
On the weak side. Rebound that ball.
She's fouled. That might be foul number 7. It is. So going to the line now will be senior Maddie Mormon. Scoreless on the night so far. She'll have a 1-and-1 coming her way.
Let's see if she can. She's been working hard out there. See if she can't get herself a bucket.
First, her 1-and-1 is no good, just a little long, and the rebound ends up in the hands of Avery Thomas.
Actually stole a minute about there. I think on the running clock when you're at free throw line, it's supposed to stop, but it kept running.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody cares too much, though.
You're right, it is. I'm back in the day when they first, I thought Scandrett's shot goes high off the backboard. I think it hit the top or the scoreboard or the shot clock, so dead ball there. When they first started the running clock, I think they did run through the free throws.
Yeah,
and then
that actually started some problems. You know, like say you had 4 minutes left at the end, you know. I almost feel like if it's 35 in any quarter before the fourth, you go with that. If it's just the fourth quarter sometimes, like especially, like I said, in the boys games, you want to give those guys a chance to play.
Yeah, especially if somebody's got a deep bench like the Norwalk boys.
Yeah.
Mormon shot no good. Pearl Brown's got the rebound. Here comes Norwalk. 56 seconds to go now. Have a couple more shots at the basket probably before they end up holding it. Scandrett drives, kicks for Thomas. Thomas is going to pull up from the free throw line, no good. Fight for the board, ends up in the hands of Johnson. Here comes Oski.
You know, though, that's one thing, Mike, we're really lucky with the Little Hawkeye Conference that we have so many competitive teams that there's just rarely a night that on the girls or boys side that it's not really competitive athletics.
Now running shot by Edgar. Logan Edgar is no good, but she's fouled. Now they will stop it with 20 seconds to go. Otherwise, she'd be rushing these free throws.
Right. And to be fair to Oski, you know, I want to continue to say this. To be fair to them, they're playing without, you know, like you said, probably an all-state player tonight, or else this would be a very competitive game as well.
Still looking for an update on DCG Pella. We do have, it's like bowling scores. The Two Rivers Girls Bowling Conference meet.
And that should about do it right there.
Not sure I understand these results. They got Pella 6th, Norwalk 7th, Pella Christian 8th, Knoxville 9th. They don't list any of the top 5. So.
Oh, so maybe that's just what it is, huh?
1 out of 2 free throws there, and now that'll do it. Ball goes out of bounds, buzzer sounds. And in the books, the second win in a row for Norwalk, 61-29 over Oskaloosa. Dominated from start to finish.
Yeah, just they came out and did what they needed to do, right? And, you know, as I told you, it's not so much if you're going to win it, but how you're going to win it. And I thought they won it in very convincing fashion, and it was really nice to see as the Warriors get prepped for tournament basketball. They're right where they need to be.
And they already took the score off. I think I said it.
62-28.
Is that what it was?
Is that right? Sounds about
right. We'll check on that. But
yeah.
at any rate, a dominating victory for Norwalk tonight. We'll take a break here on KNIA-KRLS.com. KNIA 3. We'll be back to wrap it up after this.
At Harvey's Automotive and Machine in Norwalk, your CarQuest Auto Parts team members are here to ensure you get the right parts the first time. Their stores offer a variety of free services and convenient hours to help make your life easier and your driving experience as smooth as possible. At Harvey's Automotive, customer service is driven by independent owners who are passionate about delivering excellence in everything they do. Harvey's Automotive is also a proud supporter of Norwalk High School athletics, and they would like to wish all the Warrior teams good luck.
At Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk, your satisfaction is their top priority. Their friendly professional team is committed to helping you find the information and assistance you need at every step of the car buying and ownership journey. Combine that with their award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care, you can trust the team at Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk will go the extra mile to ensure you drive away in the new or used vehicle that fits you. Check them out at gychevynorwalk.com or stop by the dealership at 2501 Sunset Drive in Norwalk today.
Going for a walk out by the lake, a hike at Elk Rock, or a bike ride on the Somerset Trail and want to hear local information and stories? Check out the KNIA podcasts. All of our Let's Talk and in-depth programs are available as podcasts for your convenience. Check out interviews you may have missed with our archived programs saved as podcasts at KNIA-KRLS.com and use the drop-down menu on the homepage to subscribe to never miss an episode.
Stay in the know with everything going on throughout Indianola and Warren County with Let's Talk Indianola. You can hear in-depth discussions with lawmakers, city officials, and leaders of our community during all 3 KNIA hour-long news magazines. You can also find Let's Talk Indianola 24 hours a day on KNIA-KRLS.com and download them on Apple Podcasts and Google Play. The one to count on for today's news and local information is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola.
Know what decisions are being made at local school board sessions, Board of Supervisors meetings, and City Council meetings by listening to KNIA News. Our award-winning news staff will bring you information from your elected officials and decision makers, as well as heartfelt feature stories, weather coverage, and more. If you miss it on air, find it all on KNIA-KRLS.com. The one to count on for today's local news is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola. Find out what
what your school's coach thinks of this week's high school sports action during the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner. Every Saturday morning starting at 9, hear from our local football, volleyball, and cross-country coaches on how their team did and what they have coming up. We'll take a look around the world of Indianola, Knoxville, Norwalk, Pleasantville, and Melcher Dallas sports each Saturday at 9 a.m. during the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA, Knoxville, Indianola.
At Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk, your satisfaction is their top priority. Their friendly professional team is committed to helping you find the information and assistance you need at every step of the car buying and ownership journey. Combine that with their award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care, you can trust the team at Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk will go the extra mile to ensure you drive away in the new or used vehicle that fits you. Check them out at gychevynorwalk.com or stop by the dealership at 2501 Sunset Drive in Norwalk today. At Holland Farms Senior Living in Norwalk, their goal is for every resident to make Holland Farms their home for years to come by offering services in 3 distinct residential options: carefree living, assisted living, and memory care. Holland Farms can gladly serve the needs of all who reside in their community. Holland Farms Senior Living opened its doors in May of 2021 and is conveniently located at 2800 Sunset Drive, right next to Elizabeth Holland Park. If you are interested in learning more about Norwalk's newest senior living community and would like to schedule a tour, simply visit hollandfarmsliving.com.
Unity Point Clinic Norwalk provides family medicine for people of all ages in Norwalk and the surrounding area. Conveniently located at 801 Colonial Circle and open Monday through Thursday 7:30 to 5:30 and Fridays 7:30 to 5, Unity Point Clinic Norwalk can provide a variety of services for your physical, emotional, and mental health needs, such as routine checkups, immunizations, annual physical exams, and other preventative care. When it comes to your health, trust the professionals at Unity Point Clinic in Norwalk. Remax Precision of Norwalk is ready to help lead the search for your next home. Remax Precision is a premier upscale real estate firm specializing in new construction, residential, and commercial real estate in central Iowa. Their mission is to provide a better type of service for both the realtor and clientele through the use of technology, agent experience, and exceptional market knowledge. Contact Remax Precision today at 515-201-4203. Remax Precision of Norwalk is also a proud supporter of Norwalk High School athletics, and they want to wish the Warrior student athletes and teams an outstanding school year.
Back in Norwalk, introducing the senior cheerleaders, boys basketball players, dance team members, etc. here at senior night at Norwalk. So we'll have a little bit of an extended break in between games tonight. We'll recap the girls' game first. Final score: Norwalk 61, Oskaloosa 29. They led 57-17 after 3 quarters. Had running clock for much of the final 12 minutes or so. Norwalk scored the first 14 points of the game and just kept building on that the rest of the night. And we'll take a look at the individual scoring for the Warriors. This is unofficial. I've got Bailey Birmingham with 18 points, Braylon Clark with 14, Avery Thomas 11, 9 for Pearl Brown, and then 3 apiece for Ava Carlson, Ellie Dooland, and Ava Garvey. For Oskaloosa, leading the way was Daisha Foster with 12, 8 points for Cassie Johnson, 4 for Lydia Van Veldhuizen, 2 each for Logan Edgar and Leah Court. I think I'm missing a free throw there late, but that's your individual scoring. Again, 61-29 the final score. Norwalk defeats Oskaloosa, improving to 6-15 overall. They finish 4-10 in the Little Hawkeye Conference. Oskaloosa drops to 9-12 and 5-9 respectively. And Coach Larson, good way to end this regular season. Now they have a little momentum for that regional run.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. Their draw is really interesting. They play good basketball like they have been this week, and I think they'll give Bondurant all they can handle. And you know, they were right there with Indianola, right. And I just think they have a really good chance to win both those games.
They do have a chance. It's going to be tough going up to Bondurant Farrar in their court.
Absolutely.
But if they play like this and then catch a break or two, and anything can happen in tournament basketball.
No, you're exactly right. You just don't know, do you? I mean, and what you want is to have a chance.
And yeah, the team to beat, I guess, in that region is probably number 2 North Polk. They are the favorite.
Yeah.
And then Indianola getting the other bye there. They're still ranked despite a 9-11 record on the year. So, and then after that, who knows? I think Boone's in there. And then, of course, Norwalk and Bondurant Farrar. I can't remember the other team.
I don't remember, but I don't know if you know this. I don't know what exactly, like, I assume it's an injury, but the big girl from Indianola has not played the last 2 or 3 games. So
Yeah, I had heard she might not be participating anymore.
yeah, so I don't know the details behind it, but that's a game changer as well. And so, you start doing that, and if you can get to a sub-state game or a regional final, as the girls call it, our team has showed all year they can play with good teams, at different things. And so, you know what? Everybody's 0-0 after tonight's games. So let's see what the Warriors can muster up, and what kind of no one's going to play harder, and they've shown it all year. They've been resilient all year, and so I'm excited to see what they have in store for us.
As long as they can play and take care of the ball and come out even or on top of the turnover advantage, they got a shot, I think, against a lot of teams. It's when they start to pile up the empty possessions where they run into some trouble. So we'll see what happens. They'll have a few days to practice and get ready for Bondurant-Farrar. Before we wrap this one up, we got to take a look at our Greg Young Chevrolet Radio Key Play and Player of the Game for Norwalk. And many great plays, especially in the first half, to choose from. But really one you liked was a textbook fast break there. We had a steal by Ava Carlson. She got it to Avery Thomas, and then she threw a great pass to Pearl Brown for a layup.
Yeah, I just thought that epitomized what kind of a night it was for the Warriors. It all started on the defensive end. They caused a lot of turnovers, and then they shared the ball in order to get great shots on the offensive end.
So that's our play of the game. Our player of the game, I'm going to leave this one up to you for the call. There's several candidates. Birmingham ended up with 18 points. Braylon Clark had 14. Avery Thomas had 11. Pearl Brown 9. Everybody had great contributions on defense as well. I was thinking maybe Clark, just for hitting that 3 right away and doing a lot of good things and getting to the line and scoring, but I'll let you go with the call here.
I agree. I thought we saw a lot of good performances. I, too, would vote for Braylon Clark. I thought especially when it was early in the game, she really came out. She did a phenomenal job with her ball handling. She used her jump stops really well to set up her teammates, and I thought she played just really good basketball. And then obviously she put in 14 points as well, which is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, 10 of those in the first half, went 5 of 6 at the free throw line, and knocked down that 3 to start the game. So our player of the game, Braylon Clark. That's been our Greg Young Chevrolet Radio Key Play and Player of the Game. Let Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk go the extra mile for you with award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care. Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk. And that's going to do it for our girls broadcast tonight. We'll take another break here, maybe a bit of an extended break. They're still introducing the seniors on senior night. Unless you want to talk about some of these seniors out there that you're seeing for the boys.
It's been a really nice senior class. I want to give this group as a collective unit. You're going to hear me talk about this a couple different times, but this is a really resilient group. They were sophomores, just finishing up their sophomore season when we had a coaching change, and they've really helped mend that transition from myself to Coach Pelzer, which I will tell you from a coaching standpoint with both of us, it was really important to us that we didn't want a whole lot to change, and we wanted to have the same great culture and the same expectations of success. And this group was a huge part of that transition. Last year's senior class was pretty small. This was the foundation of that group, and I can go on and on about individuals, and we'll try and get to some of that tonight, but collectively as a group, they really bought into what Norwalk basketball is all about. And I guess if you're in a new age, it's kind of like Norwalk basketball 2.0, and heading into the 4A world, and it couldn't have asked for a better group of young men to lead us through that transition.
Now, these guys were freshmen when you won the state championship back in 2020. Were any of these guys on suit and varsity at all? Were they all?
No, and you
had too many good players.
Yeah, it was tough to get a jersey. I mean, we had some really good players who didn't even get to suit. I will tell you, I know Jack and Braden practiced with us in both their first and second years, like in our postseason runs. So they were involved, and Braden played a little varsity as a sophomore. But I think also another really kudos is their families were part of it. You know, we talked about Jack's brother Joe, Braden's brother Ethan, and then you have Coach Patterson's son, Coach Fisher's son, and then I'm looking, you know, down the line, Austin Mills, Landon Edwards, people who have really been Norwalk basketball people for a long time, and so their families have kind of been ingrained in that. And like I said, it's just been really fun because they've been part of and seen all the winning, and I just feel like you really have seen that this year, that they understand what it takes to win.
Yeah, just an outstanding season. Started out just a little slow, but they were facing good. It's not like they were losing to bad teams. I think they were 1-3 at one time, at least in conference play. Now they've won 11 in a row, trying to make it an even dozen ttonight. So we will take that break here now on KNIAKRLS.com, KNIA 3. We'll have our boys' keys to the game. We'll have the starting lineups and then tip-off as Norwalk boys try to get their 12th win in a row tonight and finish up Little Hawkeye Conference play on a good note. Stay with us. We'll be back in a little while here on KNIA 3.
Going for a walk out by the lake, a hike at Elk Rock, or a bike ride on the Somerset Trail and want to hear local information and stories? Check out the KNIA podcasts. All of our Let's Talk and in-depth programs are available as podcasts for your convenience. Check out interviews you may have missed with our archived programs saved as podcasts at KNIAKRLS.com and use the drop-down menu on the homepage to subscribe to never miss an episode.
Stay in the know with everything going on throughout Indianola and Warren County with Let's Talk Indianola. You can hear in-depth discussions with lawmakers, city officials, and leaders of our community during all three KNIA hour-long news magazines. You can also find Let's Talk Indianola 24 hours a day on KNIAKRLS.com and download them on Apple Podcasts and Google Play. The one to count on for today's news and local information is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola.
At Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk, your satisfaction is their top priority. Their friendly professional team is committed to helping you find the information and assistance you need at every step of the car buying and ownership journey. Combine that with their award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care, you can trust the team at Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk will go the extra mile to ensure you drive away in the new or used vehicle that fits you. Check them out at gychevynorwalk.com or stop by the dealership at 2501 Sunset Drive in Norwalk today.
Find out what your school's coach thinks of this week's high school sports action during the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner. Every Saturday morning starting at 9, hear from our local football, volleyball, and cross-country coaches on how their team did and what they have coming up. We'll take a look around the world of Indianola, Knoxville, Norwalk, Pleasantville, and Melcher Dallas sports each Saturday at 9 a.m. during the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA, Knoxville, Indianola.
Know what decisions are being made at local school board sessions, Board of Supervisors meetings, and City Council meetings by listening to KNIA News. Our award-winning news staff will bring you information from your elected officials and decision makers, as well as heartfelt feature stories, weather coverage, and more. If you miss it on air, find it all on KNIAKRLS.com. The one to count on for today's local news is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola.
Stay in the know with everything going on throughout Indianola and Warren County with Let's Talk Indianola. You can hear in-depth discussions with lawmakers, city officials, and leaders of our community during all three KNIA hour-long news magazines. You can also find Let's Talk Indianola 24 hours a day on KNIAKRLS.com and download them on Apple Podcasts and Google Play. The one to count on for today's news and local information is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola.
Going for a walk out by the lake, a hike at Elk Rock, or a bike ride on the Somerset Trail and want to hear local information and stories? Check out the KNIA podcasts. All of our Let's Talk and in-depth programs are available as podcasts for your convenience. Check out interviews you may have missed with our archived programs saved as podcasts at KNIAKRLS.com and use the drop-down menu on the homepage to subscribe to never miss an episode.
Bellflower Florist and Gifts in Norwalk is your neighborhood floral and gift shop that offers exceptional quality, service, and design for all your floral needs. Conveniently located at 2251 Sunset Drive, Suite C in Norwalk, and open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturdays. They are proud to serve Norwalk, Indianola, Carlisle, the surrounding communities, and Des Moines metro area. Bellflower Florist and Gifts is your family-owned full-service flower and gift shop for all occasions. From floral arrangements to gifts for everyone, they have you covered at Bellflower Florist and Gifts in Norwalk.
Cementech in Indianola is hiring for a variety of job openings. Along with competitive pay, Cementech offers free medical insurance premiums, which means no payroll deductions. They also offer 100% employee-owned annual stock grants to build your retirement nest egg at no cost to you, as well as annual educational scholarships awarded to children of employees. Check out their job openings today at cementech.com/careers and come join the team at Cementech in Indianola.
At Harvey's Automotive and Machine in Norwalk, your CarQuest Auto Parts team members are here to ensure you get the right parts the first time. Their stores offer a variety of free services and convenient hours to help make your life easier and your driving experience as smooth as possible. At Harvey's Automotive, customer service is driven by independent owners who are passionate about delivering excellence in everything they do. Harvey's Automotive is also a proud supporter of Norwalk High School athletics, and they would like to wish all the Warrior teams good luck.
At Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk, your satisfaction is their top priority. Their friendly professional team is committed to helping you find the information and assistance you need at every step of the car buying and ownership journey. Combine that with their award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care, you can trust the team at Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk will go the extra mile to ensure you drive away in the new or used vehicle that fits you. Check them out at gychevynorwalk.com or stop by the dealership at 2501 Sunset Drive in Norwalk today.
Going for a walk out by the lake, a hike at Elk Rock, or a bike ride on the Somerset Trail and want to hear local information and stories? Check out the KNIA podcasts. All of our Let's Talk and in-depth programs are available as podcasts for your convenience. Check out interviews you may have missed with our archived programs saved as podcasts at KNIAKRLS.com and use the drop-down menu on the homepage to subscribe to never miss an episode.
Stay in the know with everything going on throughout Indianola and Warren County with Let's Talk Indianola. You can hear in-depth discussions with lawmakers, city officials, and leaders of our community during all three KNIA hour-long news magazines. You can also find Let's Talk Indianola 24 hours a day on KNIAKRLS.com and download them on Apple Podcasts and Google Play. The one to count on for today's news and local information is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola.
Know what decisions are being made at local school board sessions, board of supervisors meetings, and city council meetings by listening to KNIA News. Our award-winning news staff will bring you information from your elected officials and decision makers, as well as heartfelt feature stories, weather coverage, and more. If you miss it on air, find it all on KNIAKRLS.com. The one to count on for today's local news is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola.
Welcome back to Norwalk and high school basketball on KNIAKRLS.com. KNIA 3, Mike Effner and Chris Larson with you. The Norwalk girls defeated Oskaloosa 61-29 in the first game. Now we're getting ready for the boys game, and that features the 7th-ranked Norwalk Warriors, ranked 7th in Class 4A, 15-3 overall, 10-3 in the Little Hawkeye. They're in second place right now, looking to lock that up all by themselves tonight. They've won 11 straight games. They defeated Oski 77-42 the first time around, despite a slow start where Oski came out on fire and got behind. Oskaloosa, they've won 2 in a row, but just 3-16 overall on the year, 1-12 in the Little Hawkeye. So kind of a mismatch on paper tonight.
Yeah, but here's the thing, kind of like what we were talking about with the Norwalk girls. You got to bring your game tonight. This is a huge game for the Warriors from a seeding standpoint for the tournament draw. They got to come out here and I'm talking to everybody. They're going to start their seniors. That doesn't mean that's not just a gift. You earn the right to start this game, and you got to come out and make sure that the first 3 or 4 minutes you're playing great basketball and you don't bury a hole for the Warrior teams. You know, your coach is putting trust in you to put you on the floor. And so I just think you got to be really careful in these games to overlook it, because this time of year, everyone's playing pretty good basketball.
I do want to take one look back at girls basketball tonight. A score that just came in late.
Yeah.
Dallas Center Grimes was trailing Pella. Of course, they're the top-ranked team, DCG. They were down about 3 or 4 points there in the fourth quarter. They end the game, though, in an 11-0 run and defeat Pella tonight 51-45. So congratulations to DCG. They wrap up an undefeated run through the Little Hawkeye Conference.
Yeah, so nice job. Congratulations to Coach Jones and his team. Two girls coaches and just coaches in general that I really respect in that game, Blaine Forsyth and Adam Jones. So they had their girls ready to play. I'm sure it was an outstanding high school basketball game.
And again, we mentioned it's senior night, and Norwalk has 7 seniors on the roster right now. I think they did have 8. Dylan Rank was on the team earlier, but then she's choosing to focus on getting ready for football now at Iowa State. So the 7 seniors that we got here: Jack Brown, Braden Carlson, Austin Mills, Will Patterson, Landon Edwards, Ian Fisher, and foreign exchange student, right?
Yep.
Camille DeVries?
Yep, foreign exchange student. So
your thoughts on this senior group and some of the things that they've accomplished?
Like I said, it's a special group for me just because it's never easy to leave something that you've put so much time, guys, so much time and energy into. And so this group was a group I had to leave. And I didn't take that lightly when I had to do it, but I also knew it was in really great hands with not just Coach Pelzer, but the rest of the coaching staff still in place. And what I'm most proud of the 7 kids who are out, this was actually a huge group. Dylan kind of went back and forth, but we also had, our JV numbers were very, very high in terms of how many kids were out for basketball. This group of 7, though, really stabilized Norwalk basketball. Like I said, kind of 2.0 going into the 4A season. And I look at Jack and Braden right there. You talk about 2 guys over the last 2 years who've played some outstanding basketball. Younger brothers of 2 kids who won a lot of games, Joe Brown and Ethan Carlson, in Warrior uniforms. And those little brothers always have a tendency to really rise up and do great things on the playing fields.
And just a little spoiler alert here on the starting lineups. It is an all-senior starting lineup, and one of the actual seniors who have started every game won't even be starting. And so they're really mixing it up tonight and getting a lot of new people out there to get it, introduced there in front of the home fans to start the game.
Well, and you get to see the finished product here, Mike, and so do our fans at home. But one thing I would really say is you got to understand culture is not something that you can just turn on and off. I promise you there's not one of those seniors, let's take Braden Carlson, who is not starting tonight, and I promise you he would want these other guys to get their opportunity to start. And that's where you can see it because you see how hard those guys are cheering in the bench, and you know how hard they're working in practice. And, it makes you proud to get to see kids do it the right way and just following in a tradition that's been really tried and true for several years.
All right, so about 5 minutes left before they call them in for introductions. As we mentioned, 11 wins in a row for this Norwalk team. They haven't lost since losing right here against Dallas Center Grimes in early January. I know that was a game where Coach Pelzer really wanted to get it back, and they did get it back because they went to DCG and won up there in overtime later. But I think that was a game, maybe that's the turning point of the season for these Warriors.
I don't know if you remember this, but the last time me and you did I take that back. Yeah, the last time me and you did a boys game was at Oskaloosa. And in that post game, I guaranteed, because we were talking about the turn, right? And I said, I guarantee we're going to be double figures in wins. You could feel the momentum turning with this team. They really were figuring some things out. The way they were playing physical defense, the way they were rebounding, the way they were running offense efficiently, all 5 people, and they, at the beginning of the year, I don't know if you remember, but we talked about things how people have to play for other people and they have to understand that, good offense is, yes, stepping up and making your shot when it's your time, but it's also understanding that you don't have to force that all the time. This group is 100% bought into it and has just been playing phenomenal basketball to where they've moved themselves up to being one of the best teams in the state and one of the highest-ranked teams in 4A.
Yeah, and really, if they can keep this going there, they're in line to get a really favorable draw maybe in the sub-state brackets, at least play one home game anyway, and maybe get a bye or, I'm not sure how the 4A bracket even looks, but.
Well, and so I don't know if you saw this, but the state came out with their 1A and 2A brackets on Monday, and a lot of coaches were paying close attention to this because new system with rankings.
Yes.
And the goal was going to be, hey, if you're a top 8 team, you get your sub-state. You're the number 1 seed in the sub-state. Well, this year for a Central Iowa team, that's huge because you're staying away from Waukee Northwest, and Western Moyne Valley, who are 3 of the 4 best teams in the state. Well, the Warriors have played themselves into that position. If they can secure a win tonight, they should be one of those top 8 seeds. Now, that doesn't mean they're not going to be matched up maybe with Ankeny or Ankeny Centennial or Johnston. Right. There's going to be other good teams, but you're not playing one of the elite good teams, and so you really put yourself in a position to make that state tournament.
Yeah, we look forward to that coming out. I'm not sure if it's Monday when the 4A and 3A. Yeah, so that'll
Monday.
We look forward to finding that out. Most years in boys, you know at least who was in your group or your sub-state. This year, it's like the girls. You're going to find out all at once.
Well, and it's been really fun. I don't know how much you had paid attention. I know this is kind of your neck of the woods. Really exciting stuff when the 2A bracket came out. There are 3 of the top, probably maybe the 3 top teams in 2A, but 3 of the top 5 teams in 2A, all up in the northwest part of Iowa. And for years, their complaint has always been 2 of those 3 have to be in the same sub-state. Well, it was kind of like a big moment because were they going to really put their, put their money where their mouth is? And those 2A brackets came out, and all 3 of those schools are in separate sub-states, meaning that they could all potentially earn a trip to the state tournament. I think you're going to see the same thing come in 4A and obviously in 3A as well. But it really makes it feel like your body of work in the regular season pays off. Not that all those teams are always going to win because of basketball tournaments, but it rewards you with a good opportunity.
Yeah, I'm guessing Rock Valley,
yeah,
Boyden Hall, and that, or they won Western Christian, maybe.
Western Christian,
Sioux Center,
MOC
Floyd Valley's in
MOC,
3A.
Yeah, they're 3A. I got a little bit of time. Let me make sure because I want to get this right. Now, I will tell you, this year it just happens to be those 3 teams, but there has perennially been so many good teams that come out of Northwest Iowa. Yeah. And one of the complaints always was they'd get to the state tournament and play their first round at the state game and be like a 30-point game, and everybody's like, what's going on here? Hall Western Christian, Central Lion, and Sioux Central.
Sioux Central. Now that was a 1A team for many years. They were a good 1A team. Got to state a few years back, I believe, but they're pretty new to 2A and really
they're 21-0. Western Christian is 17-3, and I know at least one of those is to a really good South Dakota team, and Central Lion is 18-1. So if in the old method you had to put 2 of those 3 because they're all from Northwest Iowa, 2 of those 3, somebody's not getting to the state tournament. Now they all have a realistic opportunity.
It'll be interesting to follow that. Well, let's get to our Greg Young Chevrolet radio keys to the game here. But what do you think for Norwalk tonight?
Yeah, so, we kind of said, let's be physical on defense. That's what we've been really doing a good job of. We got a little trouble down there by not containing the dribble. So can we play good physical defense while still containing the dribble? Second thing, I said focus on the we. And, you've heard the term we over me, or, there's a lot of different ways that people say it. But what I want to continue is don't come into a game like this and lose focus of what's made you play such good basketball. Don't start thinking about, I got to get mine. And they've done such a good job of this, but sometimes in these games that you're probably going to win, goes back to the girls' game, right? It doesn't matter if you win, it matters how you win tonight, and so let's really concentrate on that. And then I put reward the seniors, and that goes, you want to be able to see the seniors on the court at the beginning and the end of the game. That was what we always kind of used to say is we want to see the seniors start the game and then also finish the game because we've taken care of our work in the other 26 minutes.
Yeah, this night all about them. And I may butcher this, but I think one of the mottos of this team is many roles, same goal, or something like that.
Something along that line.
That made me think when you said focus on the we. This is a very unselfish team.
Absolutely.
Great chemistry.
And again, let's give kudos to those seniors because it's really easy. And the coaching staff, and I think that goes without saying that the coaching staff has done a great job leading these guys. But in their 2 years in this transition role for them into, a new gym, and last year they had to play in a weird gym. Not to mention the fact these kids still had to deal with all the COVID rules when they were younger and when it was kind of hard to be an athlete, and they kept working hard and sustaining. And as good as they're playing, I think it's all because of their collective buy-in to being part of something that maybe is a little bigger than themselves.
Okay, so let's. That was our Greg Young Chevrolet radio keys to the game. Let Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk go the extra mile for you with award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care. Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk, and they're introducing the Norwalk starters right now, and we'll take a look here at the starters for tonight. A little bit different for Norwalk tonight. The only regular starter in there, I believe, is Jack Brown. Number 1, Jack Brown, 5'10" senior, averaging 8.8 points a game. The rest of the starters, number 4, Austin Mills, a 5'11" senior. Number 12, Will Patterson, a 5'10" senior. Number 23, Landon Edwards, a 6'7" senior, bringing some height in there. And number 24, Ian Fisher, a 6'4" senior. We've seen him with some great minutes off the bench throughout the year here. And a quick look at Oskaloosa starters as well. Number 2, Waylon Bullybaugh, 6'1" senior. Number 4, Max Roach, 5'9" freshman. Number 20, Jacob Steck, a 6-foot senior. Number 22, Aiden Scholes, a 6'2" junior. And number 32, Gus Bunnell, a 6'4" junior.
And if any of our listeners or viewers are kind of wondering, like, hey, what's going on? Why Jack Brown? Why does he get the start and not Braden Carlson? Just take a look at the lineup, right? Ian Fisher and Landon give us plenty of size inside. I'm sure the coaching staff and Coach Pelzer, when he talked about it, was just like, hey, we could use another guard on the court. So that's just the way the cookie crumbled.
Opening tap here is won by Edwards. Warriors get the tip. They'll have it first.
Austin Mills, good drive. Got blocked.
Shot blocked. So, yeah, look at, you bring guys like Reddick Bourne and Braden Carlson off the bench tonight. That's pretty good.
The bench points will probably be pretty good for the Warriors.
Yeah, instant offense. So
Warriors come out in a 1-3-1 half-court trap there. Let's see what they can get out of it.
Oskaloosa going to start the game with a three-pointer here, and there's that freshman, Max Roach. We saw some good things out of him the first time around.
Okay, here we go, Warriors. You know, they'll probably get 3 or 4 possessions before the substitutes come in, so let's make sure we execute and are efficient on this end.
Edwards with it up top. Fisher now going to dribble into the lane. Kick it back out top to Brown. Finds a cutting Mills. See if he can finish this time. No, shot blocked again. And it's taken out there by Bullybaugh. Off to the races.
Travel.
And now no travel called, but Patterson breaks up the transition by knocking it out of bounds.
Good hustle by Will Patterson to get back there and knock the ball out of bounds. Really nice work by the senior.
This will be Bullybaugh inbounding it. New shot clock for Oski.
Norwalk's in man-to-man now. 3 seconds on Oski.
A 3-second call there. Jacob Steck was holding the ball up top, and somebody got called for a little too much time in the paint. So it goes back to the Warriors. They're down 3-0 early here. They've had a couple of possessions.
Yep.
No points yet.
Let's see if we can't get one to go through the hoop. You know, that's why Jack Brown's out there. They tried to press there, but Jack had no problems handling that.
Mills fires a pass toward Fisher, but it's knocked away and eventually stolen by Bullybaugh. Good job by Steck in there to deflect that pass.
Slide your feet.
Now driving in there and drawing contact is Nathan Kelderman, number 24. I didn't have him listed as a starter, but
I think he snuck in, for 22 on that first dead ball.
So Scholes to the bench and Calderman in there. His first free throw is off the mark. Again, last time around, Oskaloosa had a great first quarter, got the early lead. Oh, Edwards undercut there on the rebound of the free throw, hit the floor hard. Gus Bunnell tripped him up.
Man, we've had a couple of those tonight.
Yeah, that looked dangerous there for a second, but he bounces back up.
Here we go.
Foul on Bunnell. 3-0 Oskaloosa, about a minute and a half into this one. Inside, Fisher gets position. They blow it dead, costing Norwalk a layup. It'll be a foul on the floor.
Nice execution by the Warriors, though, and got the ball inside. Let's see if we can execute an out-of-bounds play here.
It'll be Brown taking out underneath the Warriors' own basket. Gets it into Patterson, has it knocked away briefly. Going to get a nice screen from Edwards, but a little too aggressive. They call him for the offensive foul.
I would say probably one more run, and probably when the ball's inbounded, I'm going to see Coach Pelzer look to that starting group of 5.
Yeah, this group will be back in there later, I think, tonight. So three-pointer no good by Steck. Loose ball, though, ends up in the hands of Oskaloosa.
Oh, travel.
Bullet ball with it up top. I'm going to call a push up top.
How are you?
Good. Foul going on Oskaloosa. It'll go to Norwalk now.
All right, here we go. Let's see if we can't get a bucket.
Maybe they can get Jack Brown set up for a good shot.
Yeah, right.
Here.
You know, that'd be all right. Will Patterson could facilitate a little bit.
Brown with it up top to Mills in the corner. Patterson was posting up down there for a moment.
That was a little bit of a strange look. I'd like to see Jack Brown be a little more aggressive with this group.
Brown thinks about a 3. Head fake. Down drives in the lane. Little runner's good. Norwalk's on the board.
There you go, Jack. Right on cue.
Brown's scoring had been up quite a bit lately. He's had a couple of games now where he hasn't done as much scoring, but it's just the way this team is. Some nights it's going to be other guys scoring more than others.
I'm excited here. I'm excited to watch him tonight and over the next week or so. Yep, here comes our starters. But Jack struggling just a bit shooting the ball, and I know Coach Pelzer and I just had this talk about, you know what, really shooting is not what has defined Jack all year. He just went through a really good shooting streak, and it's kind of like, let's get back to just remembering you're just a good player. Don't think it all is dependent on you making a few shots.
Yeah, one of the team's better defenders as well.
Absolutely.
Fisher rebounds the miss on the other end. Now Norwalk in the half court. Edwards, nice pass from Patterson. Shot no good. Ends up in the hands of Brown. New shot clock.
Good.
Fisher posting up. Good tough move.
Nice job.
Left-handed finish off the glass for Ian Fisher.
Really nice drop step by Ian. He kind of used his crab dribble to get himself a good position.
So they see the starters getting set to come in. Maybe that's motivation for these guys to start scoring, and no dead balls.
Nice job by the Warriors. You know what? Get a hand. Get a hand.
Three-pointer on the way.
Rebound.
No
Here
good.
we go. Here we go.
Steck with a miss.
Get out
Here
and run,
comes
Austin.
Norwalk. Mills in transition. Going to set it back up now to Brown.
Keep it moving.
Good ball movement for the Warriors.
Yep, here comes Will up here. Let's see if we can get him one. There you go.
Good shot fake, ball fake.
Good job,
and
Will.
Foul on the floor. Patterson draws the contact.
Outstanding. Good work by Coach Pelzer. Good job by the seniors. I love it. And really nice response by the crowd as well to give those guys a much-deserved hand as they got us off to a good start.
Yep, gives you a little bit of a chill up the spine when you see the crowd react like that to a moment like that for these seniors. So now it's the regular starting 5 for Norwalk. Brown stays in the game. He's joined by Reddick Bourne, Braden Carlson, Cameron Thomas, and Aiden Harder. And off the window right away, Braden Carlson uses that glass on a little pull-up from 10 feet. We've seen that time and time again here of late.
I was talking to the coaches earlier this week about, I don't think people understand how ridiculously hard those shots are. And he has such a soft touch around the hoop from about 7 feet in, and he just makes it look easy.
So 6-3 now is the lead for Norwalk. Oski had the first 3 of the game, a 6-0 run since. Now a steal for Cameron Thomas in the half court. Here comes Reddick Bourne looking to score in transition. Good head fake. Oh, we almost had Thomas. Now
Thomas
gets it back on the deflection, puts it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, put back.
Boy.
No good, but he's fouled.
Good work by Cam Thomas. He's kind of I call him our junkyard dog in there, and he's always mixing it up in there, a little bit undersized. He's not going to be next year, I'll tell you that much, and always is fighting his tail off.
Yeah, just a sophomore, 6'1". He's going to keep growing, and he plays more like a 3 or 4, and that's, I'm sure, his role going forward. Now Brown's going to check out. Grady Segrist into the game for the first time. And Cameron Thomas at the line.
There you go.
He wants to watch Pearl Brown. He got that
right?
off the heel and in.
We were using that all sorts tonight.
So Brown makes, or not Brown, excuse me. Thomas makes 1 out of 2 free throws.
Too many siblings on these teams. Or not enough, as the case may be.
Right. Now a little trap shown by Norwalk. Trap in the corners in the half court. Steck Gets it over to Bullybaugh.
There we go.
Here comes Harder on the fast break steal by Carlson. I don't know if he was expecting that. I thought Carlson was going to take it down for the dunk.
And he was out of bounds, just didn't quite get down there.
Out of it all, though, Aiden Harder lines up for a three-pointer and knocks it down, and a timeout by the Oski bench. They got a little question for the official as well. It's a 30-second timeout, and 10-3 is your score. Norwalk in the lead.
Yeah, good job. But you know what? Let's compliment the starters, too, though. That's what you want to see on a night like tonight. Obviously, you don't let it get in your head that you're not starting, and you want to make sure that they're coming out. They've came out, I think they've been flawless so far, right? They've gotten 3 stops and 4 stops and 4 great possessions on offense.
5 different Warriors in the scoring column so far, with 3 points for Harder, and then 2 apiece for Brown, Carlson, and Fisher, and 1 point for Cameron Thomas. So Reddick Bourne, the odd man out right now, not getting his points, but they'll come eventually here. Out of the timeout, Oski will have it. Steck to inbound to Bullybaugh, and a little what is that, the diamond press?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a 1-2-1-1. You know, a little bit of 3-quarter court. Oh, they almost got the shot or the 10-second call.
Oskaloosa does break the pressure. Now just 18 on the shot clock. Bullybaugh with a little pull-up from the free throw line. No good. Carlson's got the rebound. Harder finds Segrist. Open three-pointer. In and out.
There's
but
Cam
Thomas is there inside for the board, and he'll go back to the line.
So I didn't realize when we were just talking about this, and maybe you already have, now that Pearl Brown has taken over, 3 of the girl starters are siblings with 3 of the boys starters.
You know, I knew there was at least one. I hadn't thought about it being that extensive.
Ava Carlson and Braden, Pearl Brown and Jack, and Cameron Thomas and Avery Thomas are twins.
I did not know they were
twins. There you go. It's a little fun fact for you.
Learning stuff as we go here on the broadcast. First free throw was no good, and now he misses them both, so Thomas comes up empty at the line. He's 1 for 4 there so far. And back to Oski it goes. Just 1:45 left in the first quarter. Norwalk leads at 10-3. They've scored the last 10 points. Now steal by Segrist. Manages to stay in bounds. 1-on-1. Layup good.
Very
and
nice.
A foul.
I feel like Grady just gets better and better each game that he's playing. He's a very smart, cerebral player, but just starting to figure out the pace of the varsity game. You know, obviously, continually throughout the year. It's not like it's just been over the last couple of weeks, but I just feel like each game he looks more and more comfortable.
Yeah, he's knocked down some big threes along the way. He's good on defense as well.
Good free throw shooter.
And gets the free throw there. The and one is good for Segrist, and it's 13-3.
Again into that 1-2-1-1 half court, 3-quarter court pressure.
Yeah, they played this quite a bit at Grinnell, I think it was, or was it against, at Grinnell, and then against Newton a little bit. They didn't pressure against Newton, but it was at Grinnell when they showed this last Friday. Very effective against the Tigers. Now a turnover on Oski.
Good push by Reddick, almost got himself an easy one.
Bourne dribbles to the baseline, kicks it back out to Segrist. Now they move it around the perimeter. Carlson going to dribble into the lane, fade away, beautiful.
Just good stuff. Good stuff by Braden Carlson. You know, I want to compliment Aiden Harder, though, on that possession. When I talked about some of the little things, I felt like at the beginning of the year, when he caught that at the top of the key, it would have been stop and look and maybe take a few dribbles. Now it's like catch, reverse the ball, and that's how you play good team offense.
Three-pointer now is good. That snaps the streak. Alexander Perla with the three-pointer for Oskaloosa.
But there's just some really subtle little things in basketball that oftentimes go unnoticed and underappreciated, but they make a huge difference on being a good team.
Segrist had it down low, lost the handle, kicked it back out. Reddick Bourne with it up top. Now Cameron Thomas bumped. Now they reverse it. Pass to Harder for three, no good. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Norwalk. New shot clock. So 15-0 run it was for Norwalk before that three-pointer by Perla.
Should save for one shot here, I would imagine, if I were the Warriors.
Oh, we are down to 17 seconds. They will hold for one. Bourne will hold it out there and probably till about 7 seconds left. Maybe longer. Okay, we're down to 5. Bourne dribbles out of trouble. Now kicks it to Harder in the corner. Three-pointer on the way is nothing but net.
Good
Beautiful
basketball.
final
Good
possession by
basketball.
the Warriors, and what a first quarter it was. They trailed 3-0 early and on an 18-3 run, and after one quarter of play, it's the 7th-ranked Norwalk Warriors leading Oskaloosa 18-6. We'll be back after this on KNIA 3.
Find out what your school's coach thinks of this week's high school sports action during the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner. Every Saturday morning starting at 9, hear from our local football, volleyball, and cross-country coaches on how their team did and what they have coming up. We'll take a look around the world of Indianola, Knoxville, Norwalk, Pleasantville, and Melcher Dallas sports each Saturday at 9 a.m. during the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA, Knoxville, Indianola.
At Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk, your satisfaction is their top priority. Their friendly professional team is committed to helping you find the information and assistance you need at every step of the car buying and ownership journey. Combine that with their award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care, you can trust the team at Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk will go the extra mile to ensure you drive away in the new or used vehicle that fits you. Check them out at gychevynorwalk.com or stop by the dealership at 2501 Sunset Drive in Norwalk today.
Headed to the second quarter, Norwalk leads Oskaloosa 18-6. We'll try to get you a couple other scores here. These are boys' scores. End of 3, Twin Cedars over Moulton Udell, 61-37. And that's gone final now, 83-42. And that's about it for now for boys' scores.
Yeah, no Indianola, no Pella Christian. They played last night. Pella against DCG. That'll be one that we'll keep our eye on.
Yeah, that should be a pretty good one.
Congratulations to my old buddy and former Norwalk coach Jeff Ebling on clinching the conference title for the Indianola Indians. Obviously got off to a little better start than Norwalk Warriors this year, and that was just enough. It was really, really fun basketball in Warren County, though, this whole winter.
Yeah, a couple of great games between those two teams, Norwalk and Indianola.
Absolutely.
Indianola got the first one in Indianola. Norwalk really impressive the second time around, leading that one most of the way.
Good hustle.
Harder near steal, bully ball ends up on top of Harder and saves it to his teammate. So Oski still has it. It's 15 on the shot clock.
Don't reach, Aiden, don't reach.
Aiden Scholl's back in the game for Oskaloosa. He draws the foul on Harder. Second foul on Harder, so not where you want to pick up your second there, well away from the basket.
Yeah.
Austin Mills will come in for Harder.
I think that's what Coach Joe Segrist is telling him right there is, Aiden, you got to, we need you out on that floor. You got to make sure you're a little more efficient with your fouls.
So new shot clock for Oskaloosa. They're operating now against man-to-man defense for Norwalk. Bully ball driving in there, kicks it back out. Three-pointer up and no good for Aiden Scholes. And on the rebound, it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Oski.
Yeah, probably could have been a foul on that one. That was pretty physical, aggressive rebound by Schultz, kind of over Reddick's back.
Carter Blanco in the game now for Oskaloosa. Bully ball between the legs, dribble a couple times. Now he drives in on Mills.
Nice D by Austin.
Good recovery by Mills. Now they kick it back out top.
Travel.
Perla travels with it before he can make his drive to the basket. So Alexander Perla turns it over. And it goes back to Norwalk. 6:38 left in the first half. 18-6 Warriors. That was the score at the end of one. Mike Effner and Chris Larson with you tonight on KNIAKRLS.com.
Watch Braden Carlson on a post up right here. Let's see if we can get him the ball.
They got it in there.
And one.
Turnaround, no call on a little contact there. Shot no good. Here comes Oskaloosa.
Good execution by the Warriors, though.
Bully ball, kicks it back out to Scholes. Now they reverse it around. Bully ball with it. He's going to try a three from the top of the key, and it's good. So Waylon Bullybaugh, his first bucket of the night, and it's 18-9. Good head fake, Carlson
and
puts it on the floor, draws the foul, can't make the shot, but he'll go to the line.
Good shot fake by Braden on that. Got his defender a little bit off balance and then was able to draw the contact and get to the hoop to reward himself with a couple free throws.
Braden's first trip to the line tonight. He's scored a couple of buckets inside 12 feet. First free throw up, no good. So Warriors struggling at the line just a little bit here early.
Braden's typically a really good free throw shooter, I believe. Probably shooting upwards of 75%.
Second one is up. This one's good. 5 points now for Carlson. It's 19-9.
Warriors back into that 1-2-1-1, and Braden gets a steal. Let's see.
Can he throw it down?
You betcha.
And Braden Carlson with a steal and a flush. So 3 quick points for Braden, and that makes it 21-9, brings the crowd to their feet.
You betcha. A little dunk on senior night. Gotta love it, Braden. Traveled again. Get that, Austin.
And the layup is good on the drive in there by number 34, Carter Blanco. Now pull up by Jack Brown in the lane. So good penetration and good decision there to take the pull up.
I really like that Jack, you know, kind of haven't seen him shooting threes yet tonight, which it doesn't mean that he won't when an opportunity affords himself. But I like that he's putting it on the floor, getting into that paint a little bit and doing something that he also does very well.
I don't know about you, but some people don't. I know some coaches don't like the mid-range shots. I have always been a fan of those.
Yeah.
I do like
we
a good mid-range game. And a bucket good that time. I'm not sure who hit that one. Was that Blanco again?
Yeah, I think it was 34? On the 34. Yep. It was on the baseline.
So Blanco scores, and Norwalk's going to take a quick timeout now.
Yeah. I think Coach Pelzer's not really happy in his rotations on that 1-3-1, and just going to take a timeout to remind them of their responsibilities and probably, I'm guessing, get out of that defense.
When all else fails, I think Norwalk's man-to-man is a good bet against most any team. And they'll probably go back to that for a little bit here anyway.
Well, and you know, Mike, as we wind down the season, it's really where you have to hang your hat when it gets to tournament basketball is points are going to be at a premium, so you better be able to stop the other team. And, you know, that's one thing that I've been so impressed with the Warriors down the stretch. And even a few years ago, you know, some of our really good teams, you know, you just happened to refer to it, and it made me think of that. The Harlan game that right before the pandemic hit, you know, and everybody talks about Bowen Bourne, and obviously everyone knows Bowen was amazing. But we held a really good Harlan team to 37 points in that first round of state tournament. And that was really the calling card of that team and several others before. I think it's going to be the similar thing for this team. They're going to go as far as their defense takes them.
And it's been good all year, and that's what Coach Pelzer has stressed now for a long time. It all starts with the defense.
Absolutely.
And they've shown that time and time again. So 23-13 out of the timeout. Norwalk's got it.
But, you know, you think about it, some of the offensive firepower, it's going to be hard to keep them under 50 points. And if they really lock on defense, I think they can hold teams to under 50.
Yeah, the shots aren't always going to fall, but the defense and the rebounding, Mitch Osborne would say that often. That can be there every single night. Mills drives in, good drive, but again, that's 3 times he's gotten in there and had his shot blocked.
Yeah, he's had some tough luck in there tonight, but he's still going in there aggressively. And as both of us stated, you know, got right back into that man-to-man defense.
Yeah, even went up strong off 2 feet that time, but Oski was there up to the challenge. They've got it now. Bolibah finds an opening, takes the 3, no good. Rebound, Reddick Bourne.
Good rebound, Reddick. Yeah, you know, you talk about Coach Osborne, and that's how you become consistent in your winning too, right? It's not just about having a good group every now and again. It's understanding those principles so that you can be good every year. Nice move by Reddick.
Reddick gets a baseline feed from Carlson and goes for the reverse layup. Foul, shot good, he'll go to the line.
First 2 but for Reddick. You know, isn't it been fun to watch him play over the last few weeks, though, and how he is doing such a good job of being what I would call the maestro of this team. You know, when we need a big bucket, I think he never shies away from taking that responsibility, but he also is not forcing the game to come to him, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, he picks his spots very well, and he did again there off the little cut. Good feed from his teammate, makes the free throw, and it's 26-13 Warriors.
Good. Let's see if they can't dig in here on that defensive end again. Good D.
Yeah, tough three-pointer taken by Scholes. It was an air ball. Ends up going out of bounds, and it'll go to Norwalk.
And right there, just as we talked about it, there's Reddick Bourne diving on the floor. Oh. They're going to overturn it.
Oh, I missed it. Yeah, they decide to go the other way with it, so it'll be Oskaloosa inbounding from under their own basket. 3:25 left in the first half.
Nice job by Jack Brown. I wanted to kind of take a look at that. You know, we had a lot of trouble keeping him out of the paint that first game. We're not having nearly as much difficulty here tonight. Nice job.
Shot clock violation. Great man-to-man defense by the Warriors that time.
Very good.
And you mentioned earlier, Jack Brown's not just about three-pointers. He sometimes will take many stints where he'll guard the other team's best player.
Absolutely, and that's where, you know, it's also partially a mentality, right? And he does it as good as anyone. A little isolation for Braden.
Carlson got the first step there, and it was over. He ends up drawing the foul.
You can just see, though, so both Jack and Reddick were two really hard cuts. Forces the defenders. The Warriors have so many weapons out there, and so their hard cut really opened up the weak side and allowed Braden to be isolated on the right side of the floor.
So Carlson will go back to the line. The foul was on Blanco. 1 for 2 a while ago was Carlson at the line. This time, first one's up and good.
I said he's about 75%, so 3 for 4 sounds a little more like it.
That is. I'm going to check.
What do you check and see? Where's it? I'm going to say 72.9%. Where am I at?
No, you're too high. 62.9%.
Really? Braden.
I think early in the season he might have had a few misses, so we'll give you credit there. He hits both this time. Now he's at 75%.
75% tonight. He's going to be 75% the rest of the year.
28-13 your score. Now a body foul on the other end called on the Warriors. Little push.
Little push on that.
Carlson leads everybody so far with 9 points.
Ball, go get it.
Brown, nice deflection. Carlson chases it down, saves it, but it goes
Right
into
to
the
him.
hands of the Oski player. Now inside the lane, shot up and no
rebound,
good by
Jack.
Edwards.
Head up, head up.
Fast break chance here. Bourne drives into the lane, finds a crease. Unable to get the layup, but he's fouled.
Really good take by Reddick. As I said earlier, he really leads that break nicely, right? He keeps his head up. He very rarely doesn't find the open person. And then also when they do a good job covering them up, he'll take his own.
Yeah, always pretty good on the decisions there on whether to keep it or pass it off to the wing or pull up or whatever he wants to do. He's got a lot of options. First free throw good by Reddick. Second one rims out.
And there's Cam Thomas.
Gets the rebound, gives it to Bourne. Three-pointer good. I almost counted it before it went in.
Hustle plays by Cam Thomas. You know, I told you, it's just fun. Everybody on this team is starting to establish their identity and what they bring well to the court. And Cam, with his offensive rebounding skills, is really great. Nice.
Oh, Roach got loose there.
Yeah, nice execution. A little bit of a hammer screen. They kind of screened up and got a nice look from the baseline. So nice job.
Max Roach with his second three-pointer of the half. 4 for Oskaloosa now.
Hit it, Jack.
Good ball movement. They reverse it around. Brown misses the three, but Carlson's got the board. Carlson gets it to Bourne. Quick baseline drive and finish.
Very good stuff by Reddick Bourne. And there's Grady Segrest with a heads-up play.
Seeger steal.
Good. Oh, what do you think, Reddick? Oh, I thought he might pull it.
Not quite heat check level yet.
No, I thought he was kind of feeling it. Good. Keep moving, boys. Keep moving.
Reddick's quickly up to 9 points now, matching Carlson for team high.
It can happen in a hurry, can it?
That's automatic. No, I jinxed it. He had the
Go
12-footer and missed it.
It was almost too easy. It was too uncontested.
Yeah, for sure. Oskaloosa looking to score in transition
charge,
now.
You bet.
They get the charge call on Nathan Kelderman.
And there's Reddick Bourne right there taking the charge. Again, just playing the whole game so well, and I'm just so proud of him and the way he's playing right now.
So just 1:09 left in the half. Second quarter's flying by. 34-16 Norwalk.
Let's see if Norwalk doesn't come out with a little set play here. I'm guessing maybe a little something for a post-up for Braden Carlson. It looks like this young man might have his hands full.
They haven't run the lob yet either for Braden.
Well, going to be a little America's play with a flash.
Oh, great cut. And Brown found him. Just cutting from the free throw line right to the basket. Pass was on point, and Carlson finishes for the layup.
Really good stuff and good execution by the Warriors.
36-16. Biggest lead now at 20 points. Roach gets into the lane. And travels. Lost his footing there on the drive. So with 32.4 seconds left, you know what's coming. Norwalk's going to hold for the last shot of the half.
And a good job by the Warriors there. You know, these were kind of what we were talking about earlier in the night. You just want to be locked in this time of year where it's no question from anyone out on the court. They knew what their game plan is, and they probably even know what set they want to get into to end the half.
We do have a first quarter score, DCG 16, Pella 9.
Not surprising.
Boys action.
Not surprising.
That was one quarter in the books.
Yeah, a little slip, a little ghost screen, but Reddick decided to take it.
5 seconds left. Bourne's pass is tipped by Pearl. It goes out of bounds, so Norwalk will have 2.5 seconds to set something up here. They'll be taking it out of bounds right in front of Oskaloosa's bench. They lob it around the backside to Carlson. His tip-in is good. Made that look easier than it was.
He heard you the last time, and he wanted to make sure that you knew he still has a soft touch around the rim.
And he does. He shows it one more time. 13 points in the first half for Braden Carlson. He ends it there with the beautiful lob from, I think it was Segrist with the assist. So we've reached halftime here. 38-16, Norwalk leads Oskaloosa. Jill Martin's ready to go. She's ready to talk about this beautiful win tonight for Norwalk. We'll take a break first. We'll be back to chat with Norwalk girls coach Jill Martin right after this.
Living in Norwalk, their goal is for every resident to make Holland Farms their home for years to come by offering services in 3 distinct residential options: carefree living, assisted living, and memory care. Holland Farms can gladly serve the needs of all who reside in their community. Holland Farms Senior Living opened its doors in May of 2021 and is conveniently located at 2800 Sunset Drive, right next to Elizabeth Holland Park. If you are interested in learning more about Norwalk's newest senior living community and would like to schedule a tour, simply visit hollandfarmsliving.com.
Unity Point Clinic Norwalk provides family medicine for people of all ages in Norwalk and the surrounding area. Conveniently located at 801 Colonial Circle and open Monday through Thursday 7:30 to 5:30 and Fridays 7:30 to 5, Unity Point Clinic Norwalk can provide a variety of services for your physical, emotional, and mental health needs, such as routine checkups, immunizations, annual physical exams, and other preventative care. When it comes to your health, trust the professionals at Unity Point Clinic in Norwalk.
And continuing coverage of high school basketball on KNIAKRLS.com. We're joined now by Norwalk girls basketball coach Jill Martin, and her team tonight puts together their second win in a row, 61-29 over Oskaloosa. It was a 14-0 start to the game, Jill, and it was just kind of pure domination.
Yeah, it was a good win for us. It's what we've talked about all week, is kind of building that momentum in for getting to start fresh next week with an 0-0 record, and we're excited, and this was exactly what we needed.
Talk about the pressure that you employed tonight. It was very effective on a Oski team that was missing their star tonight, Presley Blomers, and you kind of took advantage of that. They really struggled against that zone press.
Yeah, obviously that was our goal, especially with their best ball handler out, and then with Foster down low, we got to do everything we can to not let the ball get in that side of the half, because when they give her a good pass, it's tough to stop her.
And offensively, you were scoring in transition, but I thought really good half-court offense as well. Very unselfish out there.
Yeah, I love that the extra passes they're starting to recognize in the flow of the offense. It's fun to see because they are genuinely excited for each other when they set somebody else up. It's fun.
So how big is it to get these 2 wins in a row going into tournament play? You got a few days off now, and then Bonner at Farrar on Wednesday, but you're going in with some momentum.
I think it's huge, especially for being so young and kind of the season we've had, the ups and downs a little bit, but our effort's always been there, and now it's getting a little more consistent. And again, there's something to be said about wins, right? We don't really coach for the wins and losses, but it's something for those kids that are competing. When you get a taste of that W, it's hard to argue that.
So the regional pairings came out on Wednesday, and you find out you're in there with Bonner at Farrar. First round game on Wednesday. The winner will play at Indianola in the second round. North Polk is in the district as well. Did it play out how you thought it might, or were you a little surprised?
I was a little surprised. I thought for sure there'd be there's 2 teams I thought for sure we'd see, and we didn't. So I'm pleasantly surprised. But I bet if you look at anything I've said the last couple years, I always love our bracket. So I'm pretty happy with where we're at, and we're excited to get after it next week.
What do you know about Bondurant Farrar right now, and what are you going to have to do up there against a team that's been well tested in the Raccoon River?
Yeah, they're a great team. They played a good conference. Like you said, they're a good zone team, and they play pretty well together. They have a Steenhook is pretty good. She's back from last year. We remember her from our second round game last year, so it's a tough matchup without a doubt. But again, like you've said before, we enjoy ourselves on the road.
Yeah, you've played some of your best ball on the road, so we'll see what happens on Wednesday night. We'll probably cut you just a little bit short tonight because there's a couple players that want to get on the air as well.
They're excited. Thank you for covering us.
Thank you, Coach. That's Jill Martin, Norwalk girls basketball coach. We're going to be joined now by sophomore Braylon Clark. She was our Greg Young Chevrolet player of the game tonight. Big game for you tonight. You had 14 points. 14 points. You started it off with a three-pointer. Haven't had a lot of threes. How nice was it to see that one go down right away?
It was really good to appreciate my teammates getting downhill and opening up that shot for me.
How much fun were you guys having out there tonight? Really, you took advantage of Blommers not being out there. You put that press on them, and they really struggled to, for a while there, get the ball past half court.
Yeah, pressing and getting tips and steals and transition points are really good for us. It keeps our energy up.
Yeah, that's kind of what you guys have hung your hat on, and then to be able to finish in transition and like you were and sharing the ball as well as you were had to be a lot of fun too.
Yeah, sharing the ball, we try to do that most of the time, but it was really good tonight, especially.
And then your half-court offense, I feel like you guys are really improving in that part of your game. As far as sharing, a lot of girls that can penetrate into the lane and then kick back out.
Yeah, we always try to getting downhill first thing because that opens up a lot of stuff. It opens up the lane for other people and shots too.
So that's 2 wins in a row now to end the regular season. How good does it feel to have some momentum going into the tournament?
It's really good momentum. It brings us really good energy and gives us some confidence too.
What's your thoughts on the bracket going to Bondurant for our first round?
I think it looks pretty good. We saw them last year. We didn't really get the result that we wanted, but I think we'll do good this year.
What do you think is going to be a big key for you guys to how far you can go?
Sticking with playing just how we did tonight and Tuesday. I think that's best.
All right, well, thanks for joining us, Braylon. You'll hand the headset off now to freshman Pearl Brown. She's coming to take the headset now. Good game again tonight, Pearl.
Thank
you had 16. Let's talk about Tuesday night first. I think you had 13 points all year coming into that game. You scored 15 in the first half. How much fun was that?
That was so much fun. I think also my teammates supporting me and being super duper happy for me was also great. It was just so great for them to do that. So yeah.
So you were someone who started the year, you were playing sparingly off the bench. Your minutes came up as it went, and unfortunately Anna got hurt, and since that time you've been a starter.
Yeah.
How have you grown as a player here throughout this season?
I think I've grown in more in my leadership ways. I think since I was on JV, I think now I have to step into a role where Anna was in. I think I just have to be more of a leader and also on the court take care of the ball more and try to find my shooters like Avery and Bailey.
And you do a lot of things well out there. You've got a good three-point shot. You've shown the ability to get in the lane and scrap with those bigger players a little bit, and you're doing a good job in the press as well. What do you take most pride in, I guess, as a player out there?
I think I take most pride in of obviously my teammates supporting me through this journey of me just coming off the bench and starting, and I also take pride in just having my teammates trust me to go into the lane and try to get my shot off or to try to get them open outside. So yeah.
And now I think since you're starting now, there's Coach Larson talked about this. There's 3 brother-sister combos all starting now for Norwalk. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool.
How much have you learned from? I know your mom played. Well, she was an All-American back at Central in the day, and now you've had some older brothers playing for Norwalk as well.
Yeah.
A lot of basketball in your family. You've had a lot of people to learn from.
Yeah, I have. I think my brother, I've watched almost all of his games, and I think it's important to watch them because I can see what the mistake is making, and then also how to get open. So yeah, I think that's really good.
So 2 wins in a row to end the regular season. You got Bondurant Farrar on Wednesday.
Yes.
How far can this team go? What can you, kind of damage can you do in the tournament? Do you feel like you guys are really starting to peak now?
Oh yeah, I think we're peaking at this point right now, and I think that we can win no matter what. I don't think that rankings and all that stuff matter at this point. I think that our team is good enough just to go as far as we can. So I think if we have like good communication and togetherness, I think we can make it as far as we want.
All right, well, thanks for joining us,
Yes,
Pearl.
thank you.
Good luck on Wednesday. We'll see you up
Thank
at Bon Air
you.
Farrar.
Thank you.
That was Norwalk freshman Pearl Brown. We also talked to sophomore Braylon Clark and head coach Jill Martin following the team's big win. We'll take another break here on KNIAKRLS.com. We'll be back to talk more about the boys game. They lead 38-16. It's almost time for the start of the third quarter. We'll be back right after this.
Remax Precision of Norwalk is ready to help lead the search for your next home. Remax Precision is a premier upscale real estate firm specializing in new construction, residential, and commercial real estate in central Iowa. Their mission is to provide a better type of service for both the realtor and clientele through the use of technology, agent experience, and exceptional market knowledge. Contact Remax Precision today at 515-201-4203. Remax Precision of Norwalk is also a proud supporter of Norwalk High School athletics, and they want to wish the Warrior student athletes and teams an outstanding school year. Going for a walk out by the lake, a hike at Elk Rock, or a bike ride on the Somerset Trail and want to hear local information and stories? Check out the KNIA podcasts. All of our Let's Talk and in-depth programs are available as podcasts for your convenience. Check out interviews you may have missed with our archived programs saved as podcasts at KNIAKRLS.com and use the drop-down menu on the homepage to subscribe to never miss an episode.
Halftime in the books. We're already started here in the third quarter. Norwalk's going to have the ball first. 38-16 is your score. That was a good some good halftime stuff there. With
I told you, Pearl, you can tell she's got a couple older brothers. She knows her way around an interview.
For sure. She held her own, and right off the bat, Jack Brown hits a three-pointer to start the second half, 41-16.
Jack Brown, let's just keep our eye on that as we go forward next week and into the tournament. I just think he played such a fundamentally sound first half, played great defense, and typically for guys like him, when you're doing all that stuff, the shooting comes pretty naturally.
Steck answers inside on the other end for Oskaloosa with a bucket. First half recap here. Braden Carlson was the leading scorer with 13. Reddick Bourne had 9. Aiden Harder had 6.
Lob.
There's that lob. Oski kind of sniffed it out there. But in the end, Braden Carlson gathers himself and gets 2.
We got quite the little elementary cheering section going down here. They're loving it.
Steal by Carlson. Now he saves it to Brown, who instead of grabbing it, gets it to Harder. Now ends up in the hands of Harder, misses it, gets it back and scores. So
I tell you what, Aiden can hit some of the greatest circus shots,
So quick start here, 7-2 in the first minute and a half. Norwalk, they lead 45-18. Roach, good crossover dribble. Step back 2, no good. Bourne and Carlson fight over the board. Ends up in the hands of Bourne.
What do you think? We might have a new Norwalk tradition in this new gym. Get those elementary kids down there cheering on. We got some high school girls kind of leading the way. Gotta love it.
That's good to see. We need those kids invested in the game.
Yeah, I really like to see that.
It keeps them away from us up here, too.
Yeah, and they're not running around the track. Parents, if you're listening out there, I think this is a good idea.
Foul on Oskaloosa on the other end. They'll inbound it. Norwalk with it. They're up 45-18. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Carlson on the baseline. Now let him go into his move. Didn't quite finish, but got fouled. They'll go back to the line.
Good move by Braden. And how about, you know what, let's give a shout out. Ava Garvey and Taylor Hanrahan down here leading the student section there and really getting after it over there. And how fun is that? And good to see out of our high school kids.
Yep, that definitely, for sure. First free throw was no good by Carlson. Halftime score here on an instant radio update. Dallas Center Grimes 26, Pella 23. Carlson goes 1 of 2 at the line. You can probably hear him over the air right now.
I'm guessing you can. I think we got a little challenge going on too. They're giving the high school kids a hard time about hey, step up your game a little bit down there.
Yeah, the "We Can't Hear You" chant breaks out. I thought it was intended for Oski at first, but no, it's for the high school student section.
I love it. Get after them, kids.
We'll see if they come back with something. Timeout on the floor. Oski's going to take a timeout here. 46-18 is your score. It's an 8-2 run here out of the halftime for Norwalk. And talking to those Norwalk girls, they're confident, and they should be right now. They're playing good basketball. They've got a couple of straight wins under their belt now, and they're ready to go up to Bonner Farrar and put on a good show, I think.
Yeah, you know, I think they have been resilient all year long, and they've just kind of kept growing and growing and growing. You know, I think it's just been really fun to see them, and they're a true testament on if you stick together during tough times, you can really peak at the right time.
So Norwalk will have the basketball out of the timeout. Commanding lead. We're going to have a running clock again in this one. We saw it for about the last quarter and a half of the girls' game. Carlson inside, sweet little turnaround jump hook off the glass. Kind of get the feeling Braden could score about every time down if he posted up like that.
He's just playing really good basketball.
Oski goes inside and back out. Volleyball with it. Now they reverse it around.
Look at the closeouts by the Warriors, you know, and like I said, we're going to keep talking about the offense, but don't we're almost halfway through the third quarter, and Oskaloosa's still stuck on 18.
Steck, good shot fake, three-pointer up and
Not
good.
for long.
So nice job by Jacob Steck that time.
Yep, nice play, nice shot.
Breaks a little run of points for the Warriors. 48-21, Norwalk leads it. Cameron Thomas off the cut, loses the handle, but he's fouled. Be the third foul of the half. Substitutions, Xavier Edwards checking in along with Maddox Ashman for Oskaloosa.
Little lob. I've seen that a time or two, right?
Was Thomas the recipient that time?
That was Braden Carlson.
Oh, Carlson again.
Yep, Reddick Bourne with the great assist.
I was checking out that student section.
I know, it's hard to take your eyes off them, isn't it?
They're very excited. Norwalk's hit the 50-point mark now, about halfway through this third quarter, 50-21.
Mike, that's my every day for Monday through Friday right there. Corralling those little guys.
Yeah, it can't be easy. You probably deserve a raise.
There you go, charge.
No charge called, but the shot was no good.
Good
Here
job by
comes
Cam.
Norwalk in transition. Oh, a sweet bounce pass from Bourne to Carlson. Kind of got him out of rhythm there, and then he tried to feed Thomas. And he had to get a foul on Oski.
Yep.
Yep. So fourth foul now on Oskaloosa of the half. We'll see what they run off this inbounds play. Let's get it into Brown. Now they'll set up in their half-court set. Brown up top, guarded by Roach, behind the back dribble. Fade away, tough shot, and
Tough
it's
shot,
short.
yep.
Bully ball with the rebound. He's going to push, but no numbers. Now he's able to step past Bourne. Not able to finish, though, and Bourne's got the board.
Boy, what do you think? Reddick's got to be pushing a triple-double pretty close with assists, points, and rebounds.
Yeah, he averages, what, about 6
Yeah,
rebounds
he's
a
pretty
game,
close,
5
yeah.
assists, and it usually seems like he's got more rebounds than he does. He's all over the glass.
Yep. Just a really complete player.
Yeah, 6'3". I don't know if he's got a couple more inches in him yet.
I tell you what, we take him.
Harder for three, that's good. Aiden Harder's had the touch out there tonight. He hit 2 trays in the first half. Now he gets his third. He's got 11 points.
Could not be more impressed with the play of Aiden Harder here over the last couple weeks. Look at that.
Oh, Aiden Harder got it up.
Ah, look at that.
Great hustle on both ends. First of all, Reddick Bourne poked it away to his teammate. Then you had Harder on the floor, and he got it ahead on a dive, but just a little too much mustard on it, and it got out ahead of Reddick, and he tried to slide along the baseline to save it, but it goes out of bounds.
But I was saying, Aiden Harder, just been so impressed. He has been a huge part of our turnaround just because he's been playing such good basketball. And it's not at the cost of doing all the things that he's done well. He's just gotten himself a little more under control, I would say, and understanding, the people around him, and just is really, really peaking and playing phenomenal basketball.
Steck misses a shot for Oski. Strong rebound by Fisher. Now Segrist goes
almost
all the way in, but can't finish with the left hand.
I like that by Coach Pelzer, too. Let's get these seniors in there a little bit, throughout the third and beginning of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's going to go fast here in a bit. It's 53-21 right now. Oh, Roach fires a three, so a tough three by Max Roach. He's got 3 of those on the night and 9 points.
That away, good job. Good basketball, Reddick.
So not to that 35-point rule yet. It's a 29-point game. Fisher turnaround inside.
Yep.
He's shown that. He's gotten better at that as the year's gone on. He can bring in some offense off the bench. Now breaking the pressure, Roach finds his teammate, and Edwards scores 2.
And I think one of the things that's worth mentioning, and again, not to, you really are starting to see there's a Fisher trying to show off his jump shot there. But one of the things you can really see when we make some substitutions, though, is at times how there's little chips in the scoring gets a little bit easier. And if you're a young kid out there watching or paying attention on the replay of this, understand that's probably why the starting 5 is the starting 5. Is not only are they good offensive players, but they're also the best defensive unit that Coach Pelzer has.
Oh, Reddick's missed a couple of drives now on the other end. Had a three-pointer by Roach go in and out. So score still 55-26. Now a foul on the floor. Bullyball draws the foul with 1:05 left in the third quarter. First foul of the half on the Warriors.
And the kids still have energy.
Looks like a few older kids have joined them. Maybe they've been there the whole time. But
they all seem to be having fun on a Friday night, though. That's what it's all about.
Nothing beats good old Friday night at the gym.
Right?
Or the football field.
Right? Or Friday night just in general.
On the couch.
Yeah,
Bully ball, three-pointer from the corner, short. Harder's got the rebound. Let's see if Norwalk can score in transition. Not going to happen because there's a foul at midcourt. Bully ball, maybe a wise foul, bumping Segrist. It was 18-6 at the end of one quarter, 38-18 at halftime, and the Norwalk lead is now 55-26. 40 seconds left in the third. Shot no good. Edwards rebounds inside. Now a scramble on the floor. Oski ends up coming out of there with it.
A little more.
They have numbers, 3-on-1. Roach step back three, might be just a 2. No, it's a 3.
A little more history. There's the single season scoring leader. Well, I don't know if Bowen overtook him or not, but Van Atherton for, I think since 1972, had the single season scoring record. So we got a lot of big alumni in the house tonight.
Back on the other end, Aiden Harder for 3. Short, follows his own shot. Scoop shot is good.
How fun is he to watch? He finds a way to get that ball in the bucket.
And timeout on the floor. No, that was the end of the quarter, right? He beat the buzzer. Missed the 3, followed it up, put it in. So at the end of 3 quarters, it's 57-29. Norwalk in command. We'll be back after this on KNIA, KRLS.com.
Stay in the know with everything going on throughout Indianola and Warren County with Let's Talk Indianola. You can hear in-depth discussions with lawmakers, city officials, and leaders of our community during all 3 KNIA hour-long news magazines. You can also find Let's Talk Indianola 24 hours a day on KNIA-KRLS.com and download them on Apple Podcasts and Google Play. The one to count on for today's news and local information is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola.
At Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk, your satisfaction is their top priority. Their friendly professional team is committed to helping you find the information and assistance you need at every step of the car buying and ownership journey. Combine that with their award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care, you can trust the team at Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk will go the extra mile to ensure you drive away in the new or used vehicle that fits you. Check them out at gychevynorwalk.com or stop by the dealership at 2501 Sunset Drive in Norwalk today.
Find out what your school's coach thinks of this week's high school sports action during the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner. Every Saturday morning starting at 9, hear from our local football, volleyball, and cross-country coaches on how their team did and what they have coming up. We'll take a look around the world of Indianola, Knoxville, Norwalk, Pleasantville, and Melcher Dallas sports each Saturday at 9 a.m. during the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA, Knoxville, Indianola.
Fourth quarter, back to action here in Norwalk, 57-29, your Warrior lead. Oski has it first, a foul on the floor is called. Bully ball with it in the left corner. He's thinking about a three over Carlson. Doesn't pull the trigger, they'll set it up top with Roach. Roach has had the hot hand here of late.
Sure
He's got 4 threes now. This time he drives in. Perla with the offensive board, sticks with it. Put back no good. Fisher with the board. Here come the Warriors on the break. Carlson has to save it. He does to Mills.
Little receiver skills there by Braden. Jack Brown for 3.
Brown's got a 3. Jack Brown, three-pointer. His second of the half. He's got 10 points now, 60-29.
Jack Brown having a really good floor game tonight, just doing everything well.
Another whistle on the floor, blocking foul on the Warriors. Try to get you a score on DCG. Last report we had was 26-23 DCG over Pella at the half. Under 7 minutes to go now, 31-point lead. We're not quite getting to that running clock just yet. Another blocking foul called on the Warriors. Patterson in the game, he picks up the foul.
So first. I gotta tell you, like, I don't know, my ADD is kicking in because there is just too many moving parts. I love the new gymnasium, but we gotta establish some rules where we have kids running through the court. I mean, it is.
Oh boy, yeah. Roach with a little shot in the lane for Oski. He's got 14 now. Elementary students pointing out that it's a 29-point game.
That's right. All right, Will Patterson. Let's see if we can't get a few of these seniors some
Patterson.
buckets.
Nice pass there for Brown, but it just got away. Now a fast break. Roach flips it up over his head, fouled by Patterson. Roach will go to the line. So quietly here, the 5'9" freshman Max Roach is starting to rack up the points. He's got 14. He's at the line now.
We talked about him a little bit at Oskaloosa. He's a nice-looking young player.
Yeah, if I remember right, he got a little banged up that night.
I think he had, remember he had a sprained ankle, then he came out and was lightning quick, and then he sprained it again, and we were kind of like, I don't know what's going on here for sure.
He stayed in there for most of it.
Look at these kids are loving it.
Roach able to knock down 1 out of 2.
This is the part I'm talking about. We literally have kids just crossing right through the court. And
yeah, this happens. This happens a lot of places. Kids get a little loose.
Getting a little loose, yes.
Landon Edwards in the game now for Norwalk, along with Mills, Fisher, Brown, and Patterson. And we've probably seen the last of some of these starters. Fisher inside again, nice touch off the glass.
Having a nice game. Done a nice job in there tonight.
6 points all inside for Ian Fisher. And the lead's back to 30. Another blocking foul called on Norwalk. So they went a long time without any fouls in the second half. Now they're up to 5, actually 6 fouls. So 1 away from Oski being in the bonus. Oskaloosa now, 30 seconds on the shot clock. Bully ball, 3-pointer, no good.
Well.
battle for the rebound. They're going to say it went off Patterson. It'll stay with Oski. Another new shot clock. Knocked out of bounds by Patterson. It'll stay with the Indians. Warriors will have 2 more non-conference games left next week. They'll be home against ADM on Tuesday night, and then 2 nights later at Dowling. That'll be a nice test.
That'll be a great test. Really be interesting. Those sub-states will come out on Monday, so that's kind of nice. But then Dowling's going to be a really either confidence builder to say, yeah, it doesn't matter what conference you're in, or a little bit of an eye-opener that will be like, all right, this is how well we're going to have to play to go and reach our dream of the state tournament in the 4A level.
So Waylon Boleybaugh has scored inside, then he got a steal and a breakaway layup. So 4 quick points for Boleybaugh, and it's 62-36. Looking like no running clock is going to be happening now. That just means more time for some of these reserves out there. There's going to be another wave of them coming in. Fisher again inside. He scores again.
Yeah, man. Like I said, doing a great job inside tonight. Up to 8 points for the senior on senior night.
Now we need to get Patterson and Edwards into the
we got to get those guys a bucket.
And Mills.
Yeah, look at that. We got 3 of them that we got to get in the bucket in the column.
Yeah, because there's going to be a new line of them coming in before long. Perla driving in there. Scoop shot is good. Alexander Perla, he's got 5 points now on the night. 64-38. 4 minutes exactly left in the game.
Is he in again?
Fisher, this time from the right side. So the ambidextrous Ian Fisher up to 10 points now.
Really great pass from Will Patterson on that play. Good cut by Ian.
2 teams just kind of trading baskets now. Boleybaugh, nice looking fadeaway. So he's heated up here with 6 quick points. He's got 9 on the night.
There's a... You hit that, Austin.
Mills,
come on.
3-pointer on the way. No good. It was a good pass, creating the shot there by Patterson. Now on the other end, pass a little too far. There, goes out of bounds. Roach unable to chase it down, and good job of eluding the photographer down there on the floor.
It's really fun to see. I don't know. I just happened to catch a good look of Chris Street's nephew, who goes to Norwalk, right there in the purple sweatshirt, cheering his team on. Had you gotten a chance to watch the Chris Street documentary?
Oh, I did. The first night it was on. That was he needed some tissues on that one.
It was so great. And Betsy, who is his sister, has some kids here in Norwalk, and they are just, you know, the whole family just, you know, it's proud to have even a touch of knowing them, and he caught my eye, and it's kind of fun to see him wearing the Norwalk gear, and just proud to have that family in Norwalk.
Yeah, that was one of those tragedies where you remember where you were when you heard the news.
Absolutely.
Just a junior at the time. He was well on his way to probably an NBA career. 66-40 still your score. 3:02 to go. We got a foul. Will Patterson's headed to the free throw line. Let's see if we can get Will in the scoring column as Jack Brown checks out.
Jack Brown gets his ovation there.
It's a 1-and-1 for Patterson, or 2 shots. 1-and-1.
Come on, Will.
Up.
Atta baby.
Nice soft touch for Patterson. And he's on the board. Second free throw will be upcoming. And it's
there you
nothing
go,
but
Will.
net.
Atta baby.
So we got Will Patterson in the books. Now we're going to take care of Mills and
and
Henry
Landon
Gross
Edwards.
And a few other guys out there. Edwards.
We got to start with Austin and Landon. And then we'll get Camille in there. See if we can't get him a few buckets here.
Camille DeVries in the game.
Ooh, we got bodies flying, shots flying.
And a 3-pointer good, this time by Nathan Kelderman. His first bucket of the night. 3 points for Kelderman now, 68-43.
Little roll here for Landon. Get him the ball. Let's see what we got.
Let's see what he can do off the dribble here.
Get back in there. Go to work, Landon.
Patterson thinks about a 3. Now Gross with it up top. DeVries.
Shoot it.
He's going to try to take it off the dribble. Loses the handle now.
Why not?
Fade away. Fade away, no good. Oski's got it. Perla on the break. Kelderman driving in there with a runner. No good. He'll save it. Finds Perla outside. He'll drive baseline.
Perla. That's kind of fun to say, huh?
Perla.
Perla. I don't know. I like that name.
Another three-pointer on the way for Oski.
All
No
right,
good.
Landon.
Edwards has the board, and he's fouled.
Hey, is
so
that where we at here?
Oh,
yeah, he's going to the line.
1-and-1 coming up.
Come
for
on, Landon.
Edwards.
Come on, baby. Oh, coach. Look at Landon's calling for you. He's like, come on, 1-and-1. Give me a couple.
I don't know why.
Oh, what are we doing here?
They're in the bonus. Was not a player. That was on the
1-1.
On the rebound, not a player control foul.
What are we doing here, fellas?
Not sure about that, but maybe Landon.
Landon was asking for it too. Maybe it was just wrong on the scoreboard. I don't know. Uh-oh.
Well,
nope.
I don't think so because Patterson just shot a 1-and-1 before
That's
that.
a good point.
So
seems almost impossible.
Well, we did have Bailey Birmingham playing with 5 fouls earlier, so you never know what's up with the scoreboard. Now a foul whistle on Norwalk, so Perla will go to the line. His first attempt is up and good as he able to put the distraction of the student section beside him and knock that one down. Perla with 6 points now on the night. Make it 7. He hits both free throws. And the margin is shrunk to 68-45. 1:25 to go. Patterson still out there along with Gross and DeVree.
Cut. Come on, Landon. Let's see if we can get roll.
I think that's Mason Johnson out there as well.
Go to work. We're going to give him free throws this time.
Now he deserves that because he should have had a 1-and-1 down here a minute ago. Landon Edwards heading to the line for the 1-and-1.
Getting Will Patterson on senior night.
So Patterson checks out with his 2 points. We'll see if we can get some more seniors in there.
Landon.
Edwards fires in the 1-and-1, so he's on the board.
Nice job taking advantage of those free throws.
Second one up. That's good as well. Smooth stroke for Landon Edwards. 70-45 Norwalk.
Now we got to get Camille a bucket.
A little baseline floater there, and Nathan Kelderman scores once again. He's got 5 quick ones.
I'm going to say if Camille gets a bucket, he'll be the first foreign exchange student to score since a young man named Dio Nakasone got us a bucket a couple years ago.
That's good knowledge.
Yeah. I bet you, I'm taking a bet that I might be the only Norwalk fan who knows that little factoid.
Not anymore.
I hope so. But yes, not anymore, right? There's a few people out there who might remember old Dio.
So did you have a foreign exchange student on the team last year is the question?
No.
Henry Gross at the line, by the way. First one up and good. So the sophomore on the board. Now Landon Edwards checks out. He gets a hug.
What a great senior night. A lot of celebrating going on, and we've talked a lot about this group. But really, really neat group of young men who, some of them, you know, Braden Carlson, Jack Brown have played a really instrumental role on the floor. All of them have really helped establish of the culture of Norwalk basketball. And, you know, you're just seeing it night in and night out on the court.
Gross went 1 for 2 at the line. Now Sawyer into the game now. Alex Sawyer checks in for Norwalk. Kelderman heating up late. He hits a 3. So the final score is going to not quite show everything of the domination that took place here tonight. 71-50, 12 seconds to go. We'll
All right, Camille.
DeVree, 3 on the way. No good. That might have brought the house down.
Good job, Henry. Get him one more. Get him one more.
Bentley Bozzoni with it now. DeVree chasing it down.
Got his
1
hoist.
second. He's got a...
Oh, we got a foul. He's going to the line.
We'll see if they will let him take. They called the foul. Will they let him? Yeah, they're going to let him shoot the free throws. Let's keep the.
Look at it. The suspense. He was getting.
Camille DeVries, the senior. I don't think he scored yet this year.
No, he sure hasn't.
So he'll go to the line. I think I don't know if it says 9 fouls. I feel like it should be 2 shots. 1 second on the clock. 71-50. Got to make sure the student section stays off the court here on this end.
1 second left on the clock. They want to get Camille a bucket.
DeVries at the line.
And
2 shots, and this is the first.
It adds to the drama, Mike. I love it. Come on.
Gets a little support there from Gross and Sawyer. Everybody wants to see this go down.
Kids.
I don't know if there's going to be a court storm. Second one up, got it. Camille DeVries on the board. Free throw is good. It's going to make it 72-50, and that will do it.
Little kids over here, big kids going nuts over there. The Warriors celebrating a win, and chaos is reigning here at Norwalk.
Hugs all around for Camille DeVries as he knocks down that free throw. Your final score tonight, the Warriors take care of business on senior night. They build the lead up into the 30s. It ends up 72-50, your final. We'll take a break here on KNIAKRLS.com. We'll be back with post-game coverage right after this.
Know what decisions are being made at local school board sessions, Board of Supervisors meetings, and City Council meetings by listening to KNIA News. Our award-winning news staff will bring you information from your elected officials and decision makers, as well as heartfelt feature stories, weather coverage, and more. If you miss it on air, find it all on KNIAKRLS.com. The one to count on for today's local news is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola.
Stay in the know with everything going on throughout Indianola and Warren County with Let's Talk Indianola. You can hear in-depth discussions with lawmakers, city officials, and leaders of our community during all 3 KNIA hour-long news magazines. You can also find Let's Talk Indianola 24 hours a day on KNIAKRLS.com and download them on Apple Podcasts and Google Play. The one to count on for today's news and local information is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola.
Going for a walk out by the lake, a hike at Elk Rock, or a bike ride on the Somerset Trail and want to hear local information and stories? Check out the KNIA podcasts. All of our Let's Talk and in-depth programs are available as podcasts for your convenience. Check out interviews you may have missed with our archived programs saved as podcasts at KNIAKRLS.com and use the drop-down menu on the homepage to subscribe to never miss an episode.
Bellflower Florist and Gifts in Norwalk is your neighborhood floral and gift shop that offers exceptional quality, service, and design for all your floral needs. Conveniently located at 2251 Sunset Drive, Suite C in Norwalk, and open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday. They are proud to serve Norwalk, Indianola, Carlisle, the surrounding communities, and Des Moines metro area. Bellflower Florist and Gifts is your family-owned full-service flower and gift shop for all locations. From floral arrangements to gifts for everyone, they have you covered at Bellflower Florist and Gifts in Norwalk.
Cementech in Indianola is hiring for a variety of job openings. Along with competitive pay, Cementech offers free medical insurance premiums, which means no payroll deductions. They also offer 100% employee-owned annual stock grants to build your retirement nest egg at no cost to you, as well as annual educational scholarships awarded to children of employees. Check out their job openings today at cementech.com/careers and come join the team at Cementech in Indianola.
At Harvey's Automotive and Machine in Norwalk, your CarQuest Auto Parts team members are here to ensure you get the right parts the first time. Their stores offer a variety of free services and convenient hours to help make your life easier and your driving experience as smooth as possible. At Harvey's Automotive, customer service is driven by independent owners who are passionate about delivering excellence in everything they do. Harvey's Automotive is also a proud supporter of Norwalk High School athletics, and they would like to wish all the Warrior teams good luck.
At Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk, your satisfaction is their top priority. Their friendly professional team is committed to helping you find the information and assistance you need at every step of the car buying and ownership journey. Combine that with their award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care, you can trust the team at Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk will go the extra mile to ensure you drive away in the new or used vehicle that fits you. Check them out at gychevynorwalk.com or stop by the dealership at 2501 Sunset Drive in Norwalk today.
Going for a walk out by the lake, a hike at Elk Rock, or a bike ride on the Somerset Trail and want to hear local information and stories? Check out the KNIA podcasts. All of our Let's Talk and in-depth programs are available as podcasts for your convenience. Check out interviews you may have missed with our archived programs saved as podcasts at KNIAKRLS.com and use the drop-down menu on the homepage to subscribe to never miss an episode.
Back in Norwalk, post-game coverage here on KNIAKRLS.com. Earlier tonight, the girls won big, and the boys win big as well. 72-50, Norwalk defeats Oskaloosa. We'll do a quick rundown of the scoring. I think I'm 1 point short for the Warriors here, but here's what we got unofficially. Braden Carlson with 20 points, 10 for Jack Brown, 9 for Reddick Bourne, 13 for Aiden Harder, 10 for Ian Fisher off the bench. 3 points for Grady Segrist, 2 for Will Patterson, and then 1 each for Henry Gross and Camille DeVries. And then for Oskaloosa tonight, leading the way, a lot of it coming in the second half. Max Roach had 4 3-pointers, ends up with 15 points to lead the way. Waylon Bullyball with 9, Nathan Kilderman 8, Alexander Perla 7, Jacob Steck 5, Carter Blanco 4, and Xavier Edwards rounding it out with 2. Warriors improved to 16-3 overall, 11-3 in the Little Hawkeye Conference, and they finish in second place overall in the league behind Indianola with their 12th consecutive win. Oskaloosa, they finish 1-13 in conference play, and they're now 3-17 overall. Now it's time for the Greg Young Chevrolet Radio Key Play and Player of the Game. Play of the game, there was a lot to pick from, but we're going to give it to Braden Carlson tonight with the steal and the dunk all in one. Made the steal about midcourt, took it in, and threw it down. So that's our play of the game tonight by Braden Carlson. And our player of the game, we're going to give it to all of the seniors tonight. And here they are, 7 seniors in the class. Jack Brown, Braden Carlson, Austin Mills, Will Patterson, Landon Edwards, Ian Fisher, and Camille DeVries. That's your player of the game, the whole 7-member senior class.
And like I said, we talked a lot about them, and I know Coach Pelzer will reiterate this. This is a team that, a group of seniors, I should say, that has had to go through a lot in their Norwalk basketball career, and they've from COVID to coaching changes to just to being a ranked 4A team in the state. They've had to make that transition from 3A to 4A, and they have done it with such grace, with such a workmanlike mentality. And then I think that the backbone of them, though, has been being a great teammate and a hard worker, and that showed tonight, and I'm just really proud of them all. And I give them my highest kudos, on the night, and I'm glad we could award them all the player of the game. And if you think about it, that's kind of what this group has been, because their whole is greater than the whole is greater than the sum of the parts.
Right, for sure. Great senior group, and great team all around here, getting that winning streak to 12 tonight. So that's been our Greg Young Chevrolet Radio Key Play and Player of the Game. Let Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk go the extra mile for you with award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care. Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk. And Coach Aaron Pelzer is ready to join us here. We'll take one more break on KNIAKRLS.com. Be back to talk to him after this. Again, final score, Norwalk 72, Oskaloosa 50.
Stay in the know with everything going on throughout Indianola and Warren County with Let's Talk Indianola. You can hear in-depth discussions with lawmakers, city officials, and leaders of our community during all 3 KNIA hour-long news magazines. You can also find Let's Talk Indianola 24 hours a day on KNIAKRLS.com and download them on Apple Podcasts and Google Play. The one to count on for today's news and local information is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola.
Know what decisions are being made at local school board sessions, Board of Supervisors meetings, and City Council meetings by listening to KNIA News. Our award-winning news staff will bring you information from your elected officials and decision makers, as well as heartfelt feature stories, weather coverage, and more. If you miss it on air, find it all on KNIAKRLS.com. The one to count on for today's local news is KNIA Knoxville, Indianola.
Find out what your school's coach thinks of this week's high school sports action during the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner. Every Saturday morning starting at 9, hear from our local football, volleyball, and cross-country coaches on how their team did and what they have coming up. We'll take a look around the world of Indianola, Knoxville, Norwalk, Pleasantville, and Melcher Dallas sports each Saturday at 9 a.m. during the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA, Knoxville, Indianola.
At Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk, your satisfaction is their top priority. Their friendly professional team is committed to helping you find the information and assistance you need at every step of the car buying and ownership journey. Combine that with their award-winning customer service, thousands of vehicles to choose from, and always here community care, you can trust the team at Greg Young Chevrolet in Norwalk will go the extra mile to ensure you drive away in the new or used vehicle that fits you. Check them out at gychevynorwalk.com or stop by the dealership at 2501 Sunset Drive in Norwalk today.
Continuing high school basketball coverage on KNIAKRLS.com. We're joined now by Norwalk boys coach Aaron Pelzer after the Warriors put together their 12th win in a row tonight, 72-50 over Oskaloosa. And it wasn't that close. You led by about 33-34 there in the fourth. It was getting close to that running clock. And then you kind of emptied the bench, got everybody involved, and good to see on senior night.
Yeah, I'm just proud of the seniors. It's not an easy thing to make it to your senior year anymore. Just the commitment that it is and the distractions, and I'm just really proud of that group of 7. I kind of knew coming in that maybe things wouldn't go as we scripted or would like, but that didn't really matter. We talked about tonight being a night to honor our seniors, and I thought we did that with our energy. And we talked about doing it together, and I thought we were a really together group tonight. So. Proud of the win, proud of that group, and we'll enjoy it this weekend and get back to work on Monday.
Yeah, these guys have been, like you said, been through a lot. Their freshman year, they watch the team win a state championship, and then COVID hits, and so a lot of them weren't even able to be there for that state title game. And then you have the transition from 3A to 4A along the way, and now here they are, the 7th-ranked team in Class 4A, and you finish as the little Hawkeye runner-up tonight, and you were 1-3 at one point in conference play, so to get where you are now says a lot about this group.
Yeah, it does. We talked about that a little bit after Tuesday night's win, from where we started to where we are now. There's just so much growth that has been made. Our identity has kind of been forged. They bought into everything that we preached, and I think that's showing on the court, at least in the last 12 games. So I'm just impressed with, there's so many highs and lows during a basketball season. And what I just told them was, for the last 12 games, we have not lacked energy. We have not failed to bring the appropriate energy to stay playing at this high level. And I think that's a testament to that group that we have.
We talk so often about the stars of the game afterwards, but, Braden Carlson had his 20 points tonight, but a lot of guys were contributing. What were some of your most, best memories of this game tonight? Ian Fisher put in 10 points. That was good to see out of a senior off the bench. I mean, there had to just be some little inside stories maybe tonight.
Yeah, just starting that group, that's a group that's never started together. We don't necessarily play a lot of stuff that has 2 big guys, and we had 2 big guys in there. And honestly, I was just proud of the way that group defended to start the game. They hit a 3, I think, first possession, because I was an idiot and we went 1-3-1 zone instead of just guarding man. And after that, they settled in and held them scoreless for about 3.5 minutes before I subbed, and that was pretty cool. I was glad Will got to the free throw line and knocked in a free throw or 2 and got on the scoreboard. You can tell that Camille is kind of a fan favorite and team favorite. He's such a fun addition to our team, and it was nice to see him get to the free throw line. He said he was a little bit nervous. Those were probably the most nerve-wracking free throws of the season for anybody, and he knocked it in with 1 second left to get his first varsity point in America. So that's pretty cool.
Fun to see. Chris said it was probably the first foreign exchange student that had scored, and he said the name. I can't remember it now, but in a couple years, a couple years ago, you had one score as well.
Yep, we did. So. I remember that.
So again, you win at 72-50. You clinch second place in the conference, and now before tournament hits, you've got a couple of non-conference games to get out there and just kind of sharpen things up for postseason play. ADM comes here on Tuesday night, and then Thursday night at Dowling.
Yep, looking forward to both of those two. I think they're a really good pre-tournament week schedule. Couple of tough games, good teams that are having some success this year, and we're looking forward to getting out there. Like I said, we just want to continue to play good basketball, and as long as we continue to bring our energy and guard on the defensive end, I like where we can go.
All right, that was Norwalk head boys basketball coach Aaron Pelzer. Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely. You too. Thanks, Mike.
And that'll do it for our coverage tonight. We did have one more score we wanted to pass along before we break. After 3 quarters, Dallas Center Grimes leads Pella 46-38. And that's the only other area score we have at this time. So that'll do it for us. For Chris Larson, this is Mike Effner. Thanks for joining us tonight on KNIAKRLS.com. Again, Norwalk sweeps the doubleheader from Oskaloosa tonight. Boys winning at 72-50 to close things out. We'll be back Tuesday night for the boys game here, varsity only, or JV varsity boys, Norwalk hosting ADM. And then on Wednesday night, we'll be in Bondurant Farrar for the start of 4A regional play, the Norwalk girls taking on the Blue Jays. So again, thanks for joining us, and have a great weekend.
Thanks for tuning in to this exclusive presentation of live South Central Iowa high school basketball coverage on KNIA and KRLS, streaming at KNIAKRLS.com and on the free KNIA KRLS app. Check out the full broadcast and stream schedule for our area high school basketball teams at KNIAKRLS.com by clicking on the live radio sports guide under sports. Thanks again for tuning in.